Holy Land lovers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking, and welcome to another Blackwell stream. Currently it is Saturday, September 28th. My brain is pudding. Don't ask what type, because that would require enough thought to fry the pudding. And I don't think you want fried pudding, but I can't remember if that's true. Um, yeah, it's been a lot. I normally get lunch with my mom, who's here in chat with us now, on Saturdays, barring like weird circumstances or scheduling things. And there were like 5 times today that I just like had like a complete like mental fog, and like I feel like there was like a reasonable sense of like growing concern, because like normally I'm like relatively on top of my stuff, and I was just like not at all that. And even by the end of the day, I'm like, I should not go out tomorrow. I should definitely stay home and sleep for as long as humanly possible. Which the way my sleep schedule normally works will be like 7 hours. If I work real hard, I could probably sleep 7 hours. It's like I don't know why I'm like this, but life's tough. Get a helmet. So yeah, we've been playing through the Blackwell games. They're a series of point-and-click graphic adventure games by Dave Gilbert. I had done some like cursory research on him as like a developer like a few weeks ago when this started, but like a lot of things happened. I kind of forgot a lot of the incidentals. So I double checked today. Dave Gilbert is actually American, which is at this point feels super weird to me, because there's so many things in these games that feel like they were written by, I would estimate, a European. So that's kind of quirky and interesting to me. Also, fun fact is his alma mater is listed as BU, Boston University. I myself went to college at Emerson, which isn't extremely far. They're both Boston adjacent. You can see this alma mater bear wearing a little college T-shirt with my college colors. But yeah, so let's summarize super briefly for anyone who may not have seen the previous games. Just give a real quick rundown on what's going on. So the Blackwell series follows the Blackwell family, sort of. When I say that, you may be picturing like a bunch of siblings who maybe all have like a shared fate or something. But no, it's like a particular lineage of women who all have spirit medium powers. And for some reason, there's a specific spirit guide who is tied to this bloodline named Joey. I think we actually got his last name in the last game. I don't know if he introduced himself in the first game with it, but I think a ghost showed up and like called him by his full name, like she was his mom and he was in trouble, although that's not literally what was happening. But basically, the first game covers Rosa Blackwell in roughly the present in like 2006. After her aunt's passing, Joey transposes to being her spirit companion for the sake of spirit medium business. And that's like largely the point of the first game. The second hops back in time and follows some of the shenanigans of Rosa's aunt, who also again was a spirit medium working with this ghost Joey, who seemed to live in the 1920s, 1930s. And an incident where she encountered a sort of malevolent spirit medium who was responsible for killing like multiple ghosts that she was trying to help pass on to the afterlife in a short period of time. And then there was a confrontation that resulted in that woman, the Countess's, death. And then last night we finished off playing the Blackwell Convergence, where Rosa, in the, again, roughly present of, I think at that point it's like 2009 or something in real time, but like, and by real time I mean like date that the game was released. Basically the Countess reappears as a spirit in the present, and it falls onto Rosa to deal with it, because like there's some weird spiritual like metaphysical crisis that's like having deeper ramifications than her just being a murder ghost, which is indeed a thing that is happening. But at the end of the last game, we did sort of force her to pass on to the afterlife, and then it is implied that Rosa wishes to become the Ghostbusters and just like put herself out there as sort of like an occult person to contact when weird spiritual things are happening on like a mid-late aughts message board online. Scoot. My chair gets kind of stuck in these grooves that it creates with my mass and the thing that's supposed to help it roll on the carpet in here. So every now and then you'll see me struggle real hard, but you're used to doing that if you watch me stream video games. Now, I said before I started my recap rant that... Hang on. Wait, why is this not... What happened here? Oh, it just like restarted the loop. I am excited about this game, not just because I felt like Blackwell Convergence, third in the series, was a pretty big step up from the first two, but I would like to direct your attention to the Blackwell Deception menu settings. Demolition has already picked up on this. We have them, is basically the crux of my enthusiasm. Not only do we have sliders to adjust audio, but we can individually adjust audio, which includes music, and voice, which we absolutely haven't been able to do for 3 entire games. And it has actually genuinely made my life a little bit more difficult trying to edit things in post so that they sound good and just repeatedly getting mixed results because of how difficult it is. There's no like objective settings I can use because you just like apply F2 and F3 and like hope it balances, and I'm never getting it quite right. It's just really annoying. Hopefully we can fix that. Now I haven't actually booted up the game because I was just so excited by this, I wanted to share the experience with you. Honestly, I was wondering the same thing, Demolition. At a certain point, it's like, is this intentional? Like, we're far enough along in, like, adventure game history and the development of this game series in particular. It's like, do we just feel like this is what we do? But, speaking of sort of the history of point-and-click adventure games, we also get a third slider. And you may not be familiar with this, but this was big in the 90s. Which, again, calls into question some of the influences of these games, but that's neither here nor there. We get a walk speed slider. These are always fun, and not always useful. What's funny about walk speed sliders is that they were big around the time that, like, computer games were binding certain things to processor speed to help time them, and among them were things like animations in things like adventure games. So if you play certain adventure games that had walk speed sliders that were made in like the late 80s or early 90s, and you play them on a modern computer, and then you like crank up the walk speed, it is... It's Ricochet Rabbit Fast. A reference that only my mom will get. That's fine, don't worry about it. The point is... It is unbelievably fast. It's like The Flash or something. And what's great about that, and by great I mean actually objectively quite bad, is that some of those games also use computer, like CPU processing speeds to like determine like the difficulty rating of puzzles. Like infamously, there's an FMV game called Seventh Guest that has a certain like mini game to it where the computer AI difficulty is rated based on your CPU speed and is functionally nearly unbeatable. And now if that game is emulated on a modern computer, you like have to use like a skip exploit in order to like beat the game. Similarly, I've heard anecdotal evidence that one of the later King's Quest games falls into like a weird trench where it's like relatively recent but also old enough that it was like using those types of tricks. And there's like a point in the game where you have to like carry a bomb a certain distance before it explodes, and with the processor speed being what it is, it basically explodes immediately upon you picking it up. And another streamer I know who does play old like point and click adventure games like once recounted like an incredible process he had to use to try and complete this puzzle, where he basically had to constantly like save, move a little bit, save, move a little bit, because something about saving like rounded down the timer so that like you would be able to get a little bit of movement with just like barely not exploding the bomb, and then like save, and then you sort of like rewind time a little bit, because it would just the way the timing works is like, ooh, that sounds fun, and definitely the way that was intended to work. Really, Alpha Protocol has that problem? I think Alpha Protocol is a game people were telling me to play. Your character is strong, the puzzles are tougher, but the later levels are balanced for that. The earlier levels in New Game Plus with the high-level characters like impossible, because a 6-second task is a 0.5-second timer. That's wild. That game seems yeah, a game from 2010. That is wild that a game that late is still doing that. So I mean, this game was created, I think this one is released in 2011? Is that right? It's somewhere around like 2010 that this was released. So like this is a time when like we knew of faster processing speeds. So like I'm assuming it's not busted. But I feel like I'd be doing us all a disservice if I left this at its starting position of roughly under the A in walk. And instead, I think we should turn it all the way down and see how stupid that is, and then crank that up, and then maybe eventually figure out a happy medium. But I feel like we must take advantage of the walk speed slider. If it exists, it must be done. Now, I will say, it feels to me like we've got some uncanny valley. Like, this just doesn't feel like this is Rosa. Also, it sure feels like the mouse is, like, not happy. I don't know why that is. Oh, you know what? Maybe that has to do with the walk speed. Oh my god, it does. Isn't that wild? I'm not sure that's intentional. Good start. God, that's so unpleasant. I really shouldn't do it, but I feel obliged. Let's play Blackwell Deception. Now that we've had all our menu fun. Back it up a couple minutes if you're interested in that. Ms. Blackwell, I purchased a yacht several weeks ago at a police auction. I don't know what crime it was involved in, most likely drugs. In any case, every night the yacht detaches itself from its tether, is found floating in the midst of the Hudson River the next morning. Every day it has to be towed back, at my expense, I might add. Engineers have gone over every inch of that boat, and have found nothing. I am at my wit's end, and my wife is scared to death. It's getting embarrassing. It's complicated emotions. So embarrassing I've contacted you as a last resort. If there is indeed anything spiritual going on, and you can fix the problem, you will be compensated for your time. Please keep this discreet. There is something funny to me about, like, my wife is scared to death of the boat floating away. And I am so embarrassed that I will spend money on a psychic. Pretty sure the walk speed is influencing these transitions.
Hello? Anybody here? We're coming aboard.
Coming aboard?
What would you say?
Not that.
Get that tutorial again. Left click on objects to interact with them, and right click to look at them. Oh dear. That's a slow walk speed. That's a walk speed cranked to 0 is what that is. I mean, that is really something to behold. Like, I have seen some slow walk speeds in my time, but that is really something else.
From this angle.
Switch characters by using the tab key or buttons on the main menu. Ooh. Anyone catching this? I don't know if it was doing this in the last game, but tab now changes the color of the cursor to indicate which character you are. This is unreal. I definitely need to change it, but it's still very funny to me. I appreciate this.
It says Ryan and June?
It kind of looks like it says Ryle close parentheses plus June. To me. I don't know. God, everything, every possible thing is influenced by the walk speed. It is not real. All right, all the way up now. This is probably also going to be problematic, but like, man, look at him go. I do definitely appreciate that as the game series has gone on, we've gotten like more use of like general ghostiness. Like in the first game, like we're a spirit meeting with a ghost companion, and we do like almost nothing ghosty other than he talks to ghosts, which like is something that like we can also do. So it doesn't seem like he brings much to the table in the first game other than that like one awkward forced instance of an ability the game doesn't specifically tell you about. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, here for it. It is interesting to me that I feel like the art assets like dramatically change each game. And I imagine that's a function of the way the games are being developed. I don't know if they were always necessarily meant to be a series, and like maybe, I mean, like certainly it felt like there was an intentional choice to like change the style for the second one and go like kind of more retro than the first one had been. But like, I don't know. I'm just curious about that choice, really. Door.
Creepy.
Just our kind of place.
Face.
It's too dark to make anything out.
Is anything cool in my inventory? I have a dime. That's weird. Business
I
card?
got these business cards made up a few months ago. They glow in the dark. It's so cool.
I mean, that feels like
I got
that's
these, they glow.
a puzzle or
I got
something.
they
Oh,
glow
wait.
in.
She doesn't do the face
I
when she
can't
says
see a
it's so
thing in
cool.
here.
So, you're gonna complain? You're gonna do something about it.
Eh.
Anybody
We're
here?
playing Maniac Mansion?
Anything?
Nothing yet.
What the heck was that?
We're moving.
Yeah, I noticed.
There's nobody on board but us.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So we've definitely got a ghost.
Yeah, we do.
The falling down animation doesn't have quite the same impact at maximum velocity. Okay, hold on.
I don't think it's the kind that opens.
I do appreciate being able to see the scenery pass by. That's fun.
Not sure what the point of that was.
I do like an adventure game that will let me do something confusing and be like, I don't know, you made me do that. Oh, no, hang on. I thought that was a clickable candle. I didn't realize the hitbox for that was exit. It's not a clickable candle? But it looks so clickable.
The last time I drank on the job, it didn't end too well. Although, believe me, I'm tempted.
I don't know. I mean, we got made fun of a little bit. It seemed like everyone had a good time. I am really enjoying the walking sounds at max velocity.
The last time I drank on the job, it didn't end too well. Although, believe me, I'm tempted. Looks like it was poured and never drank.
Is she an actual alcoholic? We haven't really established that.
There's something funny about this wall.
Oh, not that kind of funny, huh? I mean, there'd be some scratches over here. Is it the fact that they're clearly buttons? Boop, 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 boop. Let's go somewhere else and solve this puzzle. I can't go to the bathroom. Oh, that was the hitbox for the light switch and not the candle exit hitbox.
Locked.
Shoot. No, shoot the
Looks like
door.
the door-
Shoot it open.
I am not jumping into the Hudson River, even if this boat is haunted.
It'd be so funny, though.
What is it?
Check notes.
Who do you suppose Ryan is?
I have no idea.
Who could June be, I wonder?
I haven't the foggiest.
I don't know. I assume that she has something to do with the nonary games, though. She always seems to.
Shame that door to the upper deck is locked.
For you it is, maybe. For me, not so much.
That's all for now.
Yeah.
Blue cursor.
Alright, who's there? Somebody's piloting this tub and it's not me. I knew it.
Ghost.
Hey, chum, how's tricks?
What? How did you get here?
I just wanna...
Get off my boat! Get off or I'll shoot you dead!
Oh no, his gun
Why don't
died.
you put that toy down and... Ow! What the hell? That hurt!
Get off!
Listen.
How did he get a ghost gun?
Hey, alright, I'm going.
Joey, what was that noise? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah. Looks like we got a spook after all. And he's packing heat.
You mean he's got a gun? Were you shot?
Yeah, sorta.
Sorta. What happened? Does it hurt?
Stings a lot, yeah. But it's going away now.
Gosh, I do still have some consistent problems with the Blackwell series, and the lore is among them. Like, it is so weird that we, like, casually, like, confirm the existence of the devil, and then, like, really kind of drop that and any sense of, like, morality and judgment in the afterlife for all subsequent games, as far as I can tell. But, like, now, all of a sudden, like, a gun can die so that it can shoot ghosts with dead bullets? Like, that's so confusing. Like, I have so many questions about that. And, like, also, he just, like, got better? And, like, if it doesn't... Oh, hang on. Whoa. Look, he gets inventory now. I can at will do wind and tie, which has never been true before. Hold on. Let me... Hang on.
Yeah,
Am I blowing?
that stopped being funny a long time ago.
Talk
Hey, Rick,
to...
you got a second?
Yeah.
That spook shoots first and doesn't bother asking questions. I can't get a word in edgewise.
You think I should talk to him? If it's a ghost gun, it probably won't hurt me.
Let's hope you're right.
Well, how do we get in there, though?
Who'd have thought it? A genuine ghost ship.
Wouldn't the ship itself have to be
Yeah,
a ghost
this I
ship
was
to
gonna
be a
say
ghost
that.
ship? If anything, it's just a regular ship with a ghost on it.
You're a real
Agreed.
romance killer, you know that?
Just saying.
I've been accused of that, too. Okay,
All
bye.
right,
Sure.
Orange cursor.
Locked. Looks like the door to the upper cabin.
Tick, 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 tick. Vent, huh?
No good. It's screwed tightly in place.
Well, there's gotta be a screwdriver. Any adventure game worth its salt has a screwdriver. And usually like a knife and a rope and like a box of matches. Oh, the windows are vacant.
I'm not
Go up the
going
vent?
through the vent. If I need to get up there, I'll use the door outside.
What if I told you to
Not
blow
sure
in the
what
vent?
blowing on that will achieve. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
You're sure that's the dialogue that you want to record and put in the game as a repeatable line of dialogue?
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Looks like...
All right. I mean, that's your call, Dave Gilbert. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I might make different choices. I assume you know what you're
I
doing,
don't think
though.
it's the kind that opens.
You think if I get drunk enough, I can fit through the vent?
There's something
I feel like there should be a clue in order for this to be a puzzle and not just like a weird trial and error hitbox hunt. But I currently would say that I'm light
Sleeping on
on
a
said
boat?
clues.
makes my stomach churn.
I mean, the event certainly feels important. I'm just not sure to what end.
I am not
Gap?
jumping into the Hudson River, even if this... I am not jumping...
Even if I wanted to swim, I couldn't do it. Even if I...
Sounds like he wants to swim.
The time... She's not a ghost, and I'm not able to move on. So I'll just keep this around my neck where it belongs. Shame it's so foggy, or we might have had a decent view.
I mean, I could see what's going on. Skill issue? Oh, hang on. God.
No good. Got it.
Low rent screwdriver. Use coin on screw.
I can't see anything.
What? So she unscrews the vent and, like, rather than even trying to look through it or climb through it to talk to the ghost, which was her stated purpose before, she just, like, puts her hand on the floor above? Like, what is she doing? Oh, I could tell you, welcome to the stream. Hey, check it out, Cotillion. Look at this abundance of options. I haven't even, like, thought about it. Like, this random set of voice settings or volume settings honestly sounds pretty good to me. Is that working for you guys? Okay, I think I get the purpose here, but this is very unintuitive. Is this a new game from last night? Yes, we finished the Blackwell Convergence last night, and we're just now starting this one, which is why it has the new settings and why I'm so excited about it. Also, we now have the ability to use vague ghost abilities at will.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
And now we have this.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Which is just a real good... it is probably the first time in a long time that I feel like we need that recorded. So I need to lead him outside so that he can go through the door and then blow the key off the thing. And then I think do that multiple times. That's maybe good enough? Okay. And then we go out and then we change cursor color and go inside and then climb on the bed and like use our hand to just do this and then grab it. Which, again, that's totally fine. But that's just, it feels like that's a weird way of going about that. We established that we've like opened a way to get up to there and then we just refuse to use it and add extra steps. So now we should be able to unlock the door and then she can go in and then his ghost gun can't hurt her.
Hey, what the hell are you doing here? Talk fast.
Maybe he should stay outside.
Relax. I'm just here to talk.
Talk? Talk is cheap, and so is life.
Cool
Hey,
guy.
wait, no!
Huh? I shot you. How are you still standing?
I'm so glad it worked.
My aim's off. It's gotta be the stress. Who are you?
I'm,
Low. No, wait. I'm that saxophonist's sister. I actually have no idea what approach I would take. He's just been super violent. I think I'd say, like, yeah, I know. Ouija board should definitely be an option. Hello, I'm Ouija board. I know that doesn't mean anything to you. Do you wish the faces moved again? Yeah, it feels weird, right? Just the constant reimagining of the art style feels very strange to me. I own this boat.
I own this boat.
What? No, you don't. I own this boat.
I'm a pirate. It's my boat now.
Send you.
Bank? What bank?
What bank? You don't know?
I'm afraid not.
You're serious. You don't even know who I am, do you?
Some sort of banker?
So, what do I do with you? You don't
Give me your gun.
Not with the bank. That only leaves
A friend?
I get it. You're a stowaway, aren't you? Boy, did you choose the wrong boat. Look, I have no time to deal with this right now. I'm not going to shoot you again. Just go below and stay out of my way.
What an unbelievably toothless threat. I don't have time to deal with this, and I'm choosing not to shoot you. So just like stop annoying me. Ooh, that's just weird, man. This feels important. Oh no. Look, I could take notes, but I'm playing on a computer. I screenshot this, which is a terrible idea. Really hate doing that. Boy, that does suck. I do not like that. Stop being stuck there. So, like, I need a passphrase, and that will indicate what knot holes to press. What do you think that is? Oh, wait. It's June? Probably? Yeah. Because I think 4 is the correct number of them. Do. Hopefully the screenshot didn't ruin the sync or something. It seems like the sort of thing that would happen.
There's something funny about this wall.
It's the top and then the bottom.
Holy moolah!
Will you look at that?
There's gotta be over $1 million in there.
I know it's tempting, kid, but I say leave that alone. Nobody ever leaves that kind of dough just lying around. Nobody we want to meet anyway.
Don't worry, Joey. I'm not stupid. It's just, wow. I've never seen so much money.
I know, dear. I know. You can look, but don't touch.
That sounds like a challenge. Or maybe challenge declined, I don't know.
No, Joey's right. There's something fishy about this money.
Oh, it's fish money. I've heard they don't like dollars, but I think that's greatly exaggerated. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm very tired. I'm excited for this game. It looks like it has real inventory puzzles and mechanics and things. We've finally reached a point where the games are constantly improving. The second one was a real obstacle in that path. I mean, like, if we hadn't been called here on a job, then I'd be like, nah, just take the money. It's a haunted boat. That guy's dead. What's he gonna do? But someone hired us to make sure that the boat stopped drifting into the bay or whatever. That guy may or may not be aware of the money. If we did take it and he did, then it would be bad for us. We would be dead.
Stacks of $100 bills. There must be over 100 of them. That's interesting. Each stack has the same wrapper around them, and they all have the same letters printed on them. GCT. What's that?
Sounds like a clue to where the money came from.
Rosa now has several clues stored on her phone. Because of the nature of everything moving really quickly, I didn't get the rest of that pop-up. Is there like a hitbox for a lamp so I can like charge up my business card to read it in the dark? She said it glows in the dark. Doesn't appear to be doing that. I like that even when you do the light switch, it remains a question mark like hitbox. You know what? Like the rate at which her footsteps sound, it kind of sounds like someone getting ready to beatbox. You know what I mean? I find that method of concealing the money really strange, of like having secret buttons and then like making a code letter for all the different buttons, even though only some of them are used. Like, why not just like, no, it's just very peculiar. It just seems like a weird way to go about doing that. It's like unnecessary work for a thing that's already so obtuse that like someone wouldn't accidentally figure it out if they weren't in like a video game scenario.
I don't need any of these books. I don't need any navigation and travel books mostly. Looks like a satellite navigation system. It reads our position from a satellite. The map
kind of looks like a light
we're
bright.
still on the Hudson River. There's not much I can do with it. The controls are all internal. I wouldn't know where to begin.
Well, that's what all the books are for. They're so insistent that you don't
Excuse
eat.
me?
What do you want? I'm busy.
Busy doing what, though?
What made you think I came from a bank?
Nothing. No reason. Just get out of here.
Nothing suspicious. Please leave. I won't shoot you. Okay, hold on.
Well,
Believe I'm supposed to... Rosa stores all her clues in the note... Okay. Well, tutorial's not a great time to have max volume on, but I think it's going to be good for most other things. What's good about this is we now have constant email and Google access because of the smartphone. Now, what is problematic is that we don't appear to have a web browser to let us look at Detective Bear at will, which would be a good feature. Go get a clue and combine them. She will draw connections. GCT bank.
GCT could stand for a bank's name. Easy enough to find out. Time for a little cross-referencing. Thought so. There are a lot of GCTs out there, but only the Grant City Trust seems to be a bank.
She can use Google to consult the internet for clues. There's a huge pile of money in the secret compartment of the sleeping cabin. that is tied to the name June?
Maybe this money belonged to someone named June? The money is on Ryan's boat. Does it belong to him? Where did it come from? It's a pretty safe bet that the money in the hidden compartment came from the Grant City Trust.
Okay, we've sort of solved the thing. It doesn't feel like what we've solved does anything. Oh shoot, I'm checking my email. It's Paul Meltzer. Now, interestingly, we've almost immediately transitioned away from B-mail, which was an actual literal plot point at the end of the last game. And now our email address is rosab@rosablackwell.com. I wonder what the B stands for. It's a Galaxy iPhone mix, but still in landscape, even for the home screen. I mean, this was an era where, like, we were still messing around with what orientation phones should be and what features they should have. Rosangela, you need to stop contacting me. I don't know what happened, but it's done. Whatever Charlie did, he clearly wasn't in his right mind. I'm closing up shop and leaving town. Don't contact me again. I need to rebuild and get on with my life. Now, my immediate thought is, like, why would she be contacting him? But the way she was acting at the end of the last game was like, nah, she would definitely be doing that. She was like so obsessed with trying to implicate every person who had a vague connection to the Meltzer Foundation with the activities of the Countess doing murders for profit. That, like, she would just, like, walk up to people and be like, isn't it suspicious that people died and you profited? Which, if you did that every time it happened, like, boy, you'd be busy. Special offer. For all your software and networking needs, contact Tomo. Oh, we're still getting... Do you think Tomo's gonna be a plot point? I think the name has come up in 3 different games. 2 in a row were sort of like a mysterious Tomo telling you to contact them. Rel Day Books. Ms. Rosangela Blackwell, I'm sorry to report that the sales for The Actor and the Artist fell far below expectations, and we will be not issuing another printing. Signed, Elizabeth Schneider, Rel Day Books. So that's interesting. That suggests that someone finally, like, accepted one of her, like, book pitches, which I think had not previously happened. The Park Gallery. Hello, everyone. You wanted it. You got it. Next Thursday, I'll be putting more of Claude Erden's early work up for auction, so come in early and get your bids in. Josie Park, curator. I mean, I feel like he was young enough and the gallery was populated. I'm surprised that there are additional works for that guy who died at a young age from ghost strangulation. Susan Lee, she was in the first game, and she told us never to contact her again, didn't she? This might seem like a strange question, but did you visit me in the hospital a few years ago? I was going through some problems at the time, although they are a bit fuzzy. For some reason, I feel like I should thank you. I'm not sure why, but thank you whoever you are. How did you get my email address when I changed email servers and you like had your mom reach out to us and tell us never to contact you again? Like, what happened here? R. Louder. Hi, Rosa. Thanks for coming. I suppose it was too much to hope that my husband's ghost was still here. Of course, how would I know one way or the other if you're telling the truth? R. Louder. I think that's just supposed to imply that we have been getting work, because I don't think we have context for whatever that is. Susan Lee again. We replied, hi, Susan. Yes, I did visit you. No need to thank me. Thank Justice Fruit Pies. I'm glad you're doing well. Rosa Blackwell. And Susan said, oh, I'm still confused about that year, and to be honest, I think I'd prefer not to know, signed Susan Lee. Hugs and kisses. Someone who's really confused about whether I should ask you things or not, evidently.
Excuse me.
What do you want? I'm busy.
I dare you to shoot me. I mean,
I know about the Grant City Trust.
What about him?
I know the money downstairs belongs to them.
So you say.
So, tell me about June.
What do you know about her?
Nothing. I just saw the
I suspect her of
engraving on the side
crimes.
ship.
Just get out of here, okay?
Tell me about
Is
Ryan.
your name Ryan by any chance?
What's it to you?
Oh, nothing. Just making conversation. I'm Rosangela, by the way.
Great.
That's a stupid name. I'm going to shoot you with my ghost gun. Bang, bang. Oh, good. I deleted his name somehow for some reason.
Tell me about the money.
You leave that alone. Don't you dare touch any of that money. It's mine. I've earned it 10 times over with my own blood, sweat, and tears. I've got to get away. Then I'll be free and clear.
Free and clear from what?
Forget it. Just get out of here, will you?
I don't really get... This feels like an extension of some of the issues I've had with the earlier games. Well, Eos, hope you're well. I feel like we're having like an inhuman interaction here, where like I basically tell him that I know about the money and like bring it up in a way that's vaguely threatening, and he makes no attempt to shoot me with his ghost gun. I know it didn't work before, but like boy do I feel like if the thing about ghosts in this world is that they like assume that they're alive and don't really understand what's going on, that like when we threatened his money, he would try to shoot me with the ghost gun. I'm not saying it should do anything to me, but it just feels super weird to me that he wouldn't try. I'm not exactly sure what combination of things the game wants me to... Would you like my business card? It glows in the dark. But it glows in the dark,
Looks like a satellite. The map.
Maybe if I like blue on
Not
it?
without dinner and a show first.
Ayo!
It's the only part of me that Red can touch.
Can I, Wait, it's still kind of a hurdle to
I'm not
clear inventory objects, huh? What a good feature that continues to be.
Wouldn't do any good. A spook has to be spiritually ready before it can move on. Until this guy realizes he's dead, he's stuck here. And so are we.
I wouldn't know where to be.
I mean, I really don't know what the game thinks I should do with
I
the
don't need
money.
to put my hand in that anymore.
We have to be doing this on purpose, right? Is there anything in this game that isn't like a setup for something
I
suggestive?
don't need to put my hand in that anymore. Joey,
You rang.
so any ideas?
We need to find out where that money came from.
What
GNC
should we do?
Trust.
Ask the ghost.
Nah, he's keeping clam. Shame there's nobody around here to ask.
Well, I've got my phone. If we have enough information, I might be able to do a web search. That's all for
Okay.
Yeah.
GCT Ryan theft. Is it Grant City Trust? See, this is the reason why I don't like relying really heavily on internet search as a game mechanic. There are multiple reasons for this, but like, can you imagine if this is how like Google search worked? I mean, obviously in this day and age, a Google search is not as effective as it once was because everything has been monetized and bloated and SEO'd and garbagified. But like, if you put in the name of a business and like a famous crime that happened, you would not get none results. You might get results that you have to sift through to get closer to the information you want, but you wouldn't get none results from putting in like a major corporation and like a critical buzzword that probably has interacted with that business at some point in its history. One other thing I don't like about it is like, I don't think it's like entirely clear. Like, I totally get what we're suggesting of like, oh, we should just like figure out like he stole them, like what's his deal about stealing the money. But like, you haven't I don't feel like I've been given enough context to do like an obvious specific search. But the way to solve this requires like text parsing, which means that like I have to put in something close to whatever they already think is like the correct answer. But if I knew that, I probably wouldn't need to do the search, or at the very least, it wouldn't be a question to me whether I had to do the search.
It's a pretty safe bet that the money in the hit.
Did I just do a general search for it? Bank robber. Oh, God. I like literally put in Grant City Trust robbery, and like the headline in this Grant City Trust article that mentions Grant City Trust and has Ryan and robber in the headline. When I put in Grant City Trust, Ryan like theft, and I think robbery, neither of those got a result. We gotta be way more careful planning these puzzles if we're not gonna be given credit for pretty darn close searches, I would say. I mean, like, here's the other thing about this. Like, the flip side of the coin of, like, you would get these, like, bad results from just putting in something kind of close, is if I just put in Grant City Trust, boy, do I not expect to get the exact precise article from all of the internet that explains the one incident that I care about. That's also not how the internet works. Bank robber killed in Hudson River shootout. At 9 p.m. last night, $2 million in cash was taken from the vault of the Grant City Trust. The thief, a former bank employee named Ryan Jacobs, attempted to flee the city via his personal yacht. Confronted by Harbor Patrol, Mr. Jacobs opened fire. Mr. Jacobs was killed in the resulting shootout. The money was not found on the boat, and its whereabouts are still unknown. Ryan Jacobs? Do we need more background on him? Okay, again, not how the internet works. I literally know that the internet contains an article about Ryan Jacobs. If I do a search on him, I get no results. I get it, we're playing a video game, but, like, you can't... In my opinion, you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, well, obviously, you just need to do a search, and then if you do a search, you get, like, results only on specifically what they want. Like, you have to... Have you ever played, like, Her Story? Like... That's a pretty good implementation of, like, a game based on search mechanics. It's not flawless, but it's pretty good. So I learned about the robbery. I don't think anything about what I learned really makes me think I can now talk him out of this or whatever.
Excuse me.
What do you want? I'm busy.
I know about the Grant City Trust.
What about him?
I know you robbed them.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if you know. They can't catch me now.
You used to work for them, didn't you?
You bet I did. 30 years of service, and they were going to lay me off without a second thought. Well, I certainly showed them. I just gotta get to Boston. Once I get there, I'm free and clear.
I don't actually think I played Her Story on stream. I did play... What is it called? White Lies? The sort of sequel game to it. That's like about 4 characters that end up sort of entangled in some like criminal activity. Like one of them was like an investigator and one of them was like a cam girl. It was really like solicitous or whatever. And I had like an incredible amount of difficulty like getting it to run because like even though it was like a recently released game at the time, like it wouldn't go into windowed mode, and like I got some like third-party software to make it run. Yeah, I put Immortality on like the short list of Halloween games last year, and people were like not into it. Like I would still be interested in playing Immortality. I mean, it looks interesting. Like I generally have liked those games. I feel like what is that one called? Is it White Lies or Telling Lies or something like that? That one was like a little rough. I didn't think that having the 4 characters implemented in that way added as much as I would have liked. But I really liked Her Story. And Immortality at least looks interesting. Telling Lies. I mean, it's a really novel concept that the entire game is like doing detective work and the mechanics are searches and watching videos. It's just a really interesting idea. What's the description of this? Ryan Jacobs was a former employee of the Grant City Trust, robbed the bank, and tried to get away on his boat. There was a shootout between him and the Harbor Patrol, and he died. And again, I find it really annoying that, like, if this guy supposedly thinks that he is not dead, then, like, when we're like, I know that you're guilty of crimes, I feel like he would try to murder us. Like, it feels really inauthentic to have this reaction.
Boston. What's in Boston?
I have a cousin with a private plane. That's
A pirate plane?
Once I get to Boston, I'm going to dump this yacht and take a one-way trip to anywhere.
On a midnight
So
train?
we're not stopping until we get to Boston.
Not a chance. So make yourself comfortable.
So how far are we from Boston now?
Well, let's see. According to my satellite navigation system, we are still in New York. We have a while to go yet. Good thing nobody is following us.
Well, that's two possible avenues of what to do. If we could somehow hack the GPS to tell him that we're in Boston, maybe he'd go outside and learn that he is dead somehow. Or we have to convince him that the cops are chasing him.
Joey, I'd like to talk to you.
You rang.
No one's ever said that before.
So we're stuck on this boat until we get to Boston.
Boston? We'll be lucky to get to New Jersey at the rate he's going.
That's all for now.
Yeah.
How do I interact with the GPS? Unless he has to notice that he is see-through and not solid. I mean, that's never stopped any of the ghosts before. I mean, there was that woman who insisted that even though she was in like a burned down construction site, that she was like in her apartment and that no one could come in without knocking. So like, I think we're meant to believe that their perception is not objective. It's like warped by the circumstances of their death and their emotional state or whatever. Is that like a fire extinguisher behind him? Just like a weird red texture.
There's not much I can do with it. Looks like a satellite navigation system. The map on the screen says we're still on the Hudson River.
Are you suggesting that I could get
I
a
don't
map
need any of these books.
and just put it on the GPS and he wouldn't be smart enough because he's dead or something? Skull joke?
There's not much I can do. Looks like the map on the...
You know what I'm saying?
No, Joey's... All the stacks of bills have the... The last time I drank on the job, it didn't end too well. Although, believe me, I'm tempted.
Nothing that I possess seems particularly useful.
Not sure what the point of that was.
It's really weird that it lets you do that.
Not sure what the
I
point...
guess it's meant to be a way to help you notice the vent, so that you interact with the vent intentionally.
I'm not jumping into the Hudson River, even if...
I mean, I feel like I understand a possible solution to this. I don't feel like the game has provided me with the tools required to do
I
the
wouldn't know where-
thing.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Oh, hey, wait a
Not
minute.
sure what... Ah, right. Looks like I'm screwing with airborne signals again. Whatever this thing
Yeah.
is, it's flickering like mad.
Excuse me.
What's up, Brian? How far are we from Boston right now,
So,
bro?
how far are we from Boston now?
Well, let's see. According to my satellite navigation system, we are
Losing at
New
Pac-Man?
York. We have a while to go yet. Good thing nobody is following us.
What? I can understand if this isn't inherently by itself a solution to this puzzle. I don't understand how, with him in place disrupting the GPS signal, he's able to look at that and somehow still get accurate readings on what's happening now and not, like, arcade-sounding gibberish.
There's not much I can do with it. Looks like a satellite navigation. The map on the screen says we're still on the Hudson River.
It doesn't. It's I don't know what it's showing, but it's definitely not that.
One of those... The screen says we're floating in the Gulf of Mexico. I don't think so.
Are you telling me that it randomly generates maps every second, and I have to time talking to him to hit Boston, which is like indistinguishable as a small collection of pixels?
There's not much I can do with it.
Boy, that's annoying.
One of those modern... The screen says we're still... One of those modern gizmos. I don't know how it works. This screen says we're in... Antarctica? So much for modern contraptions. One of those... The screen says we're... One of those modern gizmos. I don't know how it works. The screen says we're just outside of Boston. Stupid machine.
Excuse me.
What do you want? I'm busy.
This is a stupid puzzle.
So, how far are we from Boston now?
Well, let's see. According to my satellite navigation system, we are... Well, look at that. According to this, we're a mile outside of Boston Harbor. I feel like I've been piloting this boat near forever.
It's been like
I've got to
10
go
minutes.
and take a look. What a beautiful sight this is going to be.
You're gonna miss that noise now that it's gone. Maybe I can blow him now.
Not without dinner and a show first.
Ryan,
That's the George Washington Bridge.
I know, I got you so good.
This
Don't you
is
feel
Boston.
stupid?
No, it's not.
How is this possible? How can I still be in New York? I've been piloting
It's
this
like a
boat
couple
for
minutes
I
pass.
don't know how long. I must have left New York waters by now.
How long, Ryan?
What?
Just how long have you been piloting this boat?
I don't know. I grabbed the money a few hours after closing time. That must have been 9 p.m. I came straight to the boat, so it's only been a few hours. Right?
Nah.
I hid the money down below. I set out. And then I heard sirens. The harbor police on the bullhorn. They boarded. No, they didn't get me. They couldn't have. I was so desperate to get away. I had my gun. I missed.
fired and
They
then I
shot
missed.
back. That's all I remember. They did get me.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
For 30 years, they made me bleed. And they finally killed me once and for all. Excuse me. This is a lot to take in.
How do you like my tie?
Hey, Ryan, I'm gonna have to ask you to take this.
What is it?
It's to help you on your way.
My...
It's such a weird
Yes,
choice.
Ryan. It's time for you to move on.
Yes, I guess it's time. I think I went a bit mad. It's all so clear to me now. My wife died. Did I tell you about that?
Nah, I asked and you said nah.
Yes, cancer. And it wasn't pretty. But when
Her name was
died,
June Cancer.
I kind of lost
She
it.
died of
My work
tuberculosis.
suffered quite a bit. Maybe they had no choice but to fire me, but I thought that 30 years of service was worth something.
Nah.
I guess I was wrong.
Nah.
Strange. Why is this all so obvious to me now that I'm dead?
I wish I knew.
Still, the bank will never get their money back. I made sure they paid for that, at least.
I mean, I don't feel like we have to tell him what we're gonna do with the money. He's a ghost. We're sending him into the great beyond. We're sending him away to the stars because he lost a Duel Monsters card game with us in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Hi, it's Bunny. Welcome to the stream. We're still playing these spirit medium games, the Blackwell games, and they're getting progressively better now that we've surpassed the second one, which is not great. Do you like that with walk speed at maximum, the portal like wibbles like crazy? Wub, 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 wub. I feel like I should not take the money, but it'd be super funny to take the money. What's interesting is none of these options sound like they're giving the money to the person who bought the boat. Which isn't like the most obvious thing to do with it, but like they did buy the boat, you know? You know what I mean? I don't think I can save. Chat, what do you think we should do with all this money? It was weird that she described the money as like, that must be like a, I feel like she described it as like $100 bills or so. It sounded to me like it was like 1,000, but I think she said something different than that. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of want to take the money, not just because it seems like the funniest thing to do, But like also I kind of like, I mean, I don't know that I necessarily think that Rosa would like take the money, but I feel like all the Blackwells are like really like not super like ethically inclined. All right, Chad wants to take the money. I kind of want to do it
Are you
too.
saying that I can keep the money you stole?
You're a sweet kid, but no, I'm not that generous.
Then what are you talking about?
Well,
You'll
you
find
can't
out.
stop me.
June, if you're out there, I'm coming.
He literally can't stop me. He's a ghost who's gone to the
Say,
great beyond.
Darling, you wouldn't know how to pilot this floating crate, would you?
No. Why?
Because we've increased speed by,
Someone moved up the
lot,
walk speed
and
slider.
We're headed straight towards the Jersey Shore.
What?
Sick.
What do you mean?
What who meant?
Never mind. All these buttons are Greek to me. What do we do?
Can you swim?
Hold on. Now, some of the music is like pretty loud. See, even when we have audio sliders, we can't just keep like an even keel of like music volume because it's been fine, and now all of a sudden it's like much louder.
No good. Nothing I do works.
No time, kid. Abandon ship.
That is pretty fast. Oh, hang on. I know how to deal with this problem. Ugh. See, we're in no danger at all. Just a casual boat trip, like a 3-hour tour. By the way, welcome, Kronos. How you doing this evening? This game has introduced a walk speed slider as though we were a game from the early 90s or something.
Hey, careful.
Oh god. Oh god.
You ready?
No.
Jump.
Ah!
Looks like we're gonna have to sploosh.
I can't take you anywhere.
Shut up. I'm wet. I'm filthy.
I got double achievements for that.
Relax, will ya? We saved another one. Score another point for
Face.
us.
Yeah. That
The new
yacht-
face portrait is not as satisfying as the old
$2 million
ones.
as well.
We are so not getting paid.
Not one lead cent.
Oh no, I didn't get the money. Okay, no, hold on. This is all fine and good. Actually, this is a total bop. It slams. Which I don't think is something kids say, but maybe they should. I'm gonna reload and see if I can get the money. Maybe there's an achievement for that. How does the music keep going harder every game? Like, listen to this. This is unbelievable. It somehow has a beat I can dance to and a sax that's out of control. That stopped abruptly, though.
Into the New Jersey City dock wall. Fortunately, nobody was injured.
Who'd be calling me now? Joey, could you,
Right.
hello?
Hi, is this Rosangela?
Yes.
No.
It's been a while. This is Jeremy Sams.
Jeremy? Oh, Jeremy, yeah.
Was that
Oh,
our
still
boss from the
village
first
Oh
game?
god, no. I left there a year ago. I work at the City Post now.
Really? That's a big step up. Congratulations.
Thanks.
In fact, it's step up to the streets.
Me?
I've come down with the flu or something really bad. I need to follow up on some interviews and the window is closing. Can you help? Come on. You'll be paid and you can share the byline.
Well,
This is
tell
weird.
me what it is first.
Awesome. Come on over and we'll chat. Thanks a mil, Rosangela.
So we're moonlighting as reporters now?
I used to work with Jeremy. He's okay. And the extra money won't hurt. The City Post is a pretty important paper. Maybe they'll want a spiritual news column.
I doubt it.
It's super weird to me that, like, we go to the trouble of establishing for this game, like, now we're, like, freelance ghost people. And so, like, now we don't, like, need to have, like, inciting incidents, because we could just have people just send us an email, and then that's all the reason we need to investigate ghost stuff. And then, like, the second that's true, we're like, and here's an inciting incident we thought about that incorporates a character who, like, basically never appeared in any previous game, but has enough history that we can pretend that that's true. So I'm gonna save a new game, and then I'm gonna load Rutrow.
Kid, have you lost your mind? Kid, have you...
Oh, man. That's such a bummer. I really wanted to steal that money. Okay. Bring it back. Bring it all back to you. These have the same creepy pictures from the first game. This looks even weirder than it did before.
Better leave him alone. I don't want anything to happen to him. It's Griff, the PI bear. He's 30 years old, but doesn't look a day over 20.
Zing? Well, I can't interact directly with the remote now.
Full of random junk. Joey.
What is it this time?
I don't have any notes to check. Oh, sorry.
That's all
I'm
for
very
now.
yawny in here. How's everyone doing tonight? Are you also
I'll change
tired?
the month later.
Ugh, that sounds familiar. I can interact with the buzzer now. We like slightly expanded this wall to give it like more perspective so I can interact with the buzzer for some
I don't need to
reason.
buzz anyone in. This building doesn't have a doorman anymore, so they put in these buzzers.
She's got like a weird fidget animation with her right hand now that she didn't used to have. Not just me, very tired? Okay, well, I feel a little good about that, I guess, because I am very tired. See, home has a detective bear on it now. Oh, this is my map screen, huh? Go to wherever Jeremy... Wow. Do you like this sound? Is this a good noise? Sounds like we're playing an awful pinball game.
It's open. Come on in. I'll be out in a sec.
Is
Booka,
this
booka.
how high-rolling reporters live nowadays?
Sorry about that. I'm not feeling well, as I said. Who's your friend? Is something...
Not today. Hey, I don't mean to offend. Did you die? And also, how did you call me? Not just because you don't have Hand's skull joke, but because ghosts don't interact favorably with technology. And why are you a sepia tone ghost? I don't feel like that's been a thing before.
Jeremy, are you dead?
I certainly feel sick enough to be dead.
God, can you imagine?
Apartment in 2 days. I just caught a nasty bug or something. Horrible timing. I'm on the verge of something really big.
Yeah, and you
That's why I need
died.
your help.
You need our help, all right.
Sorry, but who are you?
I'm with her.
This is Joey. He's kind of my...
Assistant, partner, or friend? Ooh, this should be fun. Can you imagine if you, like, died from, like, some illness that had symptoms, and then in death you, like, continued to feel those symptoms? Like, oh my god. Oh god, I hate that so much. Yeah, that should have basically the same response. I mean, just like, yikes forever, man. Like, literally eternal yikes. I mean, I'm inclined to say assistant just because I feel like it'll make him the most mad.
assistant.
An assistant? Really?
You've definitely come a long way since the Village Eye.
You could say that.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Joey. I like the hat. Anyway, how about we get down to business?
Assistant, don't give Joey hope. Yeah, I think that's fair, Ice Bunny. How are you doing, Ice Bunny? I know you've been through a lot lately. You died. Can we talk about that, like, for
Are
real?
you sure there's nothing else wrong with you?
It's just the flu. Nothing to worry about.
Really does sound like
Fine in a few
early
days. I
COVID.
just want to get this article submitted before it's too late.
About that turn of phrase, too late. Well, I'll admit that this is an interesting twist that I didn't see coming.
Are you sure nothing seems off?
This flu is making everything seem off. Why?
Well, you don't have
No
feet
reason.
anymore.
All right, Jeremy, tell me about this article of yours.
Brilliant. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Do you know where the City Post news office is?
I think so.
This flu is making it hard to remember everything, but I kept pretty good notes. Just go up there and tell them I sent you. My notebook is on my desk. I go myself.
They might not react super great to that.
I'm not exactly up to snuff.
Snuff is the word.
Joey!
What?
So what do you say? Will you help me?
Yes, of course I'll help. It's what I do.
Keep asking him about his death.
Curiosity, what's the last thing you remember before getting sick?
Why do you want to know?
I went to a really
Oh, I
public
just
party.
wonder where you picked it up from.
Huh.
We did
No,
not
I
keep a
don't.
social
I had
distance.
some interviews lined up. I went for a walk. Yeah, that must have been it. I must have caught a bug outside somewhere. Serves me right for not putting on a jacket.
Oh, it's funny. I'm sorry to hear that you have a cold now. Ugh. Ugh, that sounds awful. Please try not to die for various reasons. One, I would like you not to die, and two, I've recently been given troubling news about a potential afterlife I'm not interested in. My brother's roommate in his first year of college worked with him on this, like, fake documentary project for, I think it was just called, like, meteorology. We had, like, as, like, a arts school, largely speaking, Emerson College was really light on math and science courses. And, like, if you, like, a lot of people would just, like, have enough science credit from, like, high school that they're like, that's fine. But, like, my brother wasn't, he took, like, a really strong stance on doing homework in high school, and so he didn't necessarily get grades that were commensurate with his skill level as a student. So I think he didn't meet the prerequisite to, like, just automatically class out of the science requirements. So he took there's like meteorology and like one other basic science class, and they had like some project to like make a video, and they like made a video about like what happened to people who, like, after they got struck by lightning. And it kind of starts off as just like a weird, almost like tabloid piece, but then like at a certain point, like, they start interviewing people who like died from being struck by lightning. And my brother's roommate played this like weird like farmer character. He's like, yeah, like, people think that that's just it when you die, but it's not. I still have to work. And like, even though it was just like a throwaway joke, for some reason I've like always thought about that. I'm like, oh god, I hope that's not like like, that sounds bad, and like this makes me think of that. I'm glad that you do not have to travel for the next 4 weeks. It sounds like you've been doing a decent amount of travel recently, though. Let's keep asking indelicately about this ghost friend's death.
Can't. This is just too awkward.
You know what? I want to give her crap for that, but that's like one of the few actual character aspects that we have established since very early on with Rosa, is that she does not handle like a socially awkward situation well. She like couldn't get back into her house until she like talked to her neighbor on the street to like verify her identity, and she was just like, I don't think I'll be doing that. Guess I'll just starve. Consult my notes. Hey Jeremy, do you know a guy named Jeremy Sands?
So, Jeremy, tell me about yourself. We never got much of a chance to talk back then.
Me? I was born upstate, moved here after college, wrote freelance for a bunch of papers, including the Village Eye. Not much else to tell, really.
That's my entire life. Reduce my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Well, I better get going.
Thanks. I really appreciate this, Rosangela.
Yeah, look.
Try shooting him with a ghost
Call
gun.
me Rosa.
Alright, Rosa it is then.
I don't need any of those articles. Jeremy wrote them, not me. Oh my god. Is that me? I mean, us?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You remember the 05 Christmas party?
Yeah,
She looks
that was a while ago.
so uncomfortable.
Pictures when I came across yours. That's why I thought to call you.
I see.
Like, for real. Does this not look like... I mean, yeah, very young. I think in the first game, she's, like, supposed to be, like, just out of college. I'm still not entirely sure about that. But, like, boy, oh boy, does this look like moments before some sort of disaster at a bar where, like, he makes a pass and it goes wrong and it becomes, like, a whole incident or something? I mean, like, this just looks really unpleasant. Like, it makes me very unhappy to look at this photo.
What a horrible picture of me.
I mean, that's what I say of all pictures of
It's
me.
Jeremy.
And yet I put my face on the internet every week.
Don't even remember
Like a
the last
psychopath.
picture taken.
That also feels like not a great sign. Don't remember this photo being taken.
This
Yikes.
was really 5 years ago? I barely remember it. This was
Was she being possessed by the ghost of Joe Gould? Feels like there should be something more to interact with here, but not so much.
I'm not here to take Jeremy's books.
Yeah, the look on her face is very not good. It's very troubling.
There's nothing on.
Alright, I guess I can't steal all his crap, which I want to
I'm not
do.
here to loot Jeremy's stuff. That's just morbid. I never knew Jeremy was so religious.
Oh, I'm not. Not really. It belonged to my grandmother.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I agree. I feel like Chad has the same interpretation of that photo that I do. It feels like that guy is cruising for a bruising, as it is
Before
said.
you go, I just want to, well, apologize.
For the incident 5 years ago with the photo?
Calling you up and asking you such a big favor like this.
I got nothing going on.
Well, when I'm over this flu, I'll make it up to you. I promise.
No, you don't have to do that. Really. Just take care of yourself.
Try not to die.
Well, that was unexpected.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know where that newspaper office is?
Yeah.
Then let's hop to it.
Hop to it. Chris says, I missed the very end of the last game. What happened with the Joe Gould plot? Boy, it's honestly pretty hard to explain, which was kind of one of my criticisms of the last game. So, like, at a certain point, I don't know if you saw any of the stuff with the Countess that was, like, mostly in the second half of the game last night, but, like, at a certain point, we learned that the Countess from the second game has sort of returned as a ghost and is, like, responsible for killing people. Like, first the actor, and then we find out, we, like, watch her kill one of the artists at that gallery we went to early in the game. And then we start, like, investigating it and sort of, like, learn that there's, like, a person who's like, choosing people for her to kill, like the journalist was in the second game, except this guy's like doing it on purpose to try and like profit off of mysterious deaths. And like when we go to confront her, like Glenda the ghost witch like appears and is like, I used to be the spirit companion of the Countess before she like banished me to the Shadow Realm, and now you must go to a spooky ghost diner and cleanse all of her bonds to this world so that she may stop doing murders and move on to the afterlife. And when we went in the diner, like, Joe Gould was just there, and they were like, yeah, like, somehow Emperor Palpatine returned, and the Countess made, like, a mental connection with Joe Gould, and that's roughly the amount of explanation we got. And then, like, when Joe Gould died, that bond got passed to the journalist, and then when the journalist died, it got passed to this other guy who like worked at the same newspaper but like barely seemed to know the guy. It was not like a super compellingly thought out like series of events, which was kind of a bummer because I thought we were like heading towards some like interesting lore, and it was kind of like we thought this through like 60% and that's good enough for us, ship it.
Could I help you?
Are we back to going to like newspapers at like 2 a.m.? Hey, do you know what happened to Jeremy? He's looking a little, under the weather.
What do you know about Jeremy Sams?
Jeremy? He works here. His office is just up
Oh, they
there on
don't
the second
know.
floor, but I haven't seen him in a few days.
Who's gonna tell her?
You don't know where he is now.
I have no idea. If you'd like to leave him a message, I'll let him know you stopped by.
I actually really like the fidget animation. I like teased it a little bit before, but like it weirdly feels organic. I also kind of like that we've just given people kind of idle animations. Just makes the world feel a little more lived in. I like how she's like, yeah, I'm sure he's due back any day, and then like immediately get the option to like ask about his death.
Do you know anything about Jeremy's death?
Huh?
Jeremy's death. I'm kind of looking into it.
Jeremy's dead? Are you serious?
what
You mean
what
you
a
don't know?
terrible way
Of
to
course not.
tell her
What
about
happened to
this.
him?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? How did he die? What happened?
I don't know.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
This is sick. I think you should get out of here before I call security.
That's my girl, making friends wherever she goes.
All right, but before you do that, can I go
I was told
inside?
you'd be expecting me. My name is Rosa
I was told you'd be
Sorry, I
expecting.
wasn't told anything.
Really? I need to go inside and pick up some notes.
Sorry, but if you don't have permission to be here,
I don't know
can't
which
let
one of us is more insane. Like, okay, I just wanna walk this back for you. We walk into this like newspaper office and talk to the receptionist. We're like, hi, do you know Jeremy Sams? And she's like, yeah, but I haven't seen him in a few days. I'm sure he'll be back any time now. But he just hasn't shown up for work in a minute. He's probably sick or something. And then immediately afterwards, we're like, do you know anything about Jeremy Sams' death? And she's like, what are you talking? Jeremy Sams' death? I just told you I thought he was coming in for work. And then she like asks us questions and we're like, I don't know anything about it, but he's dead. And she's like, that is sick. You're twisted. Get out of here. I'm calling the cops. And then I'm like, can I go inside? And she's like, well, no one told me you were coming, so I'm gonna say no to that. Like I genuinely don't know which one of us is more unhinged. This is why dialogue trees are often structured in a more linear fashion.
I really do need to see Jeremy's notes. Maybe you could get them for me?
No, I can't.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Do I even have?
No. Just leave, please.
Okay.
I'm going, I get. Bye.
What if I... Hang on.
No reaction. I guess with the door open like that, a breeze is nothing new. I just can't come to grips with it. Not much I can do in there.
I mean, can't you go up?
Even if I could use that, I wouldn't know how. It's one of them computer things. An office cubicle. Empty.
Ooh, a press pass.
Looks
I would like
a
that.
press pass.
Read the post-it note. Oh my god. Yeah, that fast walk speed is a bit of a doozy, huh? Look at it. Look at it again. The High Line. 7 p.m. The High Line. This could be it.
It's the notebook that Jeremy asked us to find. It's closed right now. I can't read what's inside. It's one of them computer things. Leads into an office.
Can I go in the office?
I'm not just gonna float through any random door I see.
I genuinely don't understand. This is kind of a problem trying to create bounds for a game where you can, like, as a ghost pass through, like, walls and stuff, because, like, that's not a compelling reason. If I was a ghost, I'd go everywhere. Like, you'd have to give some kind... I mean, strictly speaking, the game already has given us a limitation of, like, we're not supposed to... Yeah, actually, Devil should just point out. It's like, we're not supposed to go more than, like, 30 feet away from her or something. I would say, at best, we're, like, at the very edge of that right now. But, like, we probably exceeded that getting up here. Like, is it cool that the game is, like, opening up and letting us do more ghost things? Yes, because I feel like that's, like, a cool new take on adventure games. I really haven't seen much. Have we bounded it super great?
I'm not just gonna... Leads into an...
By the way, as a reminder to everyone watching live or in the near future, be sure to mark your calendars for Saturday, October 12th, when we will be doing fun and exciting Halloween thing. And I think next weekend my goal is to have things checked sufficiently for me to commit to telling you what it is. I've checked it pretty thoroughly, but, like, boy, is it just... I'm a little nervous about it running. Oh, for sure. Like, using that as an excuse is way better than him just being like, I don't want to go in the door. Thanks for streaming this. Well, thanks to Haggis for gifting it, and I'm glad that people are enjoying it, even if, honestly, I get the impression we're all just a little too tired to be doing anything, but I'm here streaming anyway. Yeah, I think we're done in here until we have meat.
Don't know what I can do. It says junior reporters. That must be where Jeremy's desk is. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Boy, if I could touch it, that would sure be great. Just a desk phone. Stymied by another door, huh? Sometimes I wonder why I bother bringing you along.
I guess we should go to the High Line.
Oh no.
Bad news, me.
Excuse me, officer?
It's Detective Durkin, and you shouldn't be up here at this hour.
Okay, so hang on. Durkin is like the last name of the lady who believed she was in an apartment in the second game. But I feel like the first game also had a reference to someone Durkin, and I never got confirmation from anything after that point as to like how I was supposed to recognize that name. So we know that John Durkin died. Is this supposed to be Sam Durkin, who Lauren, our aunt, called at like 2 a.m. on that one ill-fated night where the Countess died? And like asked Sam weird questions about his mom, which is where we learned about the Mother's Day present, which was such a goofy plot detail. But like, is this... I think enough time has passed that this could be Sam Durkin. But that feels weird and convenient.
Did something happen here?
No, I'm doing street art. Of course something happened. You should run along home. You don't want the same thing to happen to you.
Are you gonna... What happened? Also, was it my friend Jeremy Sams? Do you know how he died?
Did you tell me who it was?
Couldn't, even if I wanted to, because we don't know.
So it's, what do you call it, John Doe?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Someone died, didn't they?
Gee, what tipped you off? Believe me when I say you don't want to be involved.
I think I know who the victim was.
You do, huh?
His name was Jeremy Sams.
And how do you know this?
I just do?
You just do. Yeesh. What is it about parks that brings out all the crazies?
The fact that people can just wander them at night?
I'm positive the victim is Jeremy. Maybe I can ID the body.
You want to come look at the body? You know how crazy you sound?
I do?
You come out of nowhere and say you know a stiff by looking at an outline on pavement? Yeah, sounds crazy. Even if you could ID the guy, it wouldn't hold up.
You're being difficult.
I'm offering information here. Why won't you take it?
You think you're the only crackpot with a theory? We have procedures. We'll release a photograph and then get a proper ID. Now run along.
I'm offering
You think you're... Now...
Right.
So
Let me just,
What do you want me to do? Blow in his ear? What do you want me to... I guess there's nothing stopping me from doing that, except for my nearly complete lack of physical existence. It looks like a murder scene, and I'm afraid I know whose.
you think he's gonna get mad if I mess with the chalk outline with my physical meat body?
That's just morbid. Jeremy, I'm so sorry. No. There's been enough death here already. It's pretty quiet out there tonight. Good. I don't want someone looking up here and seeing me talk to myself.
She says out loud in front of the detective, to whom she just said she knows who died here, but there's no evidence. Yeah, I wouldn't want to start looking crazy. I should give him my business card.
Does this mean anything to you?
nah. Should it?
Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a weird way to show someone your business card and maybe give context for why you know who's dead or whatever. I can just call Jeremy now?
Hi, you've reached Jeremy Sams. Please leave a message.
Still not entirely sure how that dead man called me. What is this? Beyond belief?
It's
Fact
pretty
or
quiet.
fiction? Okay, so I can't do a search for Detective Durkin, Sam Durkin, or John Durkin. And I want you all to keep that in mind for later on if I have to do a search for Detective Durkin, Sam Durkin, or John Durkin. Do I have any new emails? I do! An anonymous email. Ms. Blackwell. I knew contacting a spiritualist was a stupid idea, but I didn't expect this to happen. No sooner do I contact you than my yacht is in pieces on the Jersey Shore. Glad I had the foresight not to give you my name. Don't try and find me. I certainly won't be looking for you. That strikes me as a really, like, inhuman response to that situation. I sure feel like this person would be attempting to track down the person who destroyed his yacht and sue them, or something along those lines. Just feels really weird to me that they're like, we should part inamicably, or something. Like, nah. Hello from Jaipur. This trip has been wonderful, but I'm really looking forward to heading home. I'm not the world traveler I used to be, it seems, and I'm sure poor Modi is raising heck at the kennel. Either way, I wanted to check in. We'll have dinner when I get back. Nishanti. It's so weird that we're not looking after the dog, but I guess... Well, I don't know if she knows that we're a spirit medium now that we're, like, quasi-public. There's a chalk outline blocked off with police tape up on Highline. Someone was killed here, and I have a feeling I know who. Was it Jeremy?
and the Highline are obviously connected somehow.
Okay. Let's, go back to the post and then talk to her about the Highline. And now she's like not mad at us anymore.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Look, I'm sorry. I can't prove it, but I know he's dead.
Are you done? Or do I need to call security to escort you out?
The inconsistent
Bye.
level of emotion here.
What do you think you're doing?
Just going upstairs.
In the elevator?
Not unless I buzz you in first. And in case you hadn't noticed, I'm not doing that.
Well, go ahead and do that then. I'm waiting here at the elevator button, so you should help me out. Let me just use your
I
phone.
have my own phone. Looks like a stand. He's not going. Got a sec?
You rang.
I can't believe that detective won't let me ID the body. It's not that stranger.
No, it's super
Maybe
weird.
Came on too strong. You're not exactly a people person, are you?
Whatever. So what's your advice?
A picture speaks 1,000 words, so they say. Do you have a picture of Jeremy?
No, but maybe I can track one down somewhere.
I can get a really unflattering picture of myself with him in it. Wouldn't be my first pick for... I mean, I guess where I stumble as a player here is, like, I deliberately prompt the game to give me a clue there because it's not obvious to me what they want to do. The game's version of events is, like, obviously the thing to do is to, like, prove to the detective that it's Jeremy who's dead. I'm like, that's, like, his job. I don't know what good it does any of us for me to, like, expedite that process by, like, 10 hours or something.
Come on in. Oh, hi, Rosa. Make yourself at home.
Jeremy, could I have this photo?
Really? You want it?
It's really unflattering of you.
Sure. I've got copies somewhere. Go right ahead.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go talk to the cops now. Bye.
Is this the same man you found?
Let me see that. That's him, all right. What did you say his name was?
Jeremy Sams.
Jeremy Sams. And what's your relation to him?
We used to work together.
You know any of his family? Anyone we can notify or speak to?
I know he was a reporter for the City Post.
Right. I'll give him a call. And we're gonna have to follow up with you, too. You got a number?
Here's my card.
7.
Spiritual services, huh? Why do I always end up with the nuts? Anyway, right. Good night. Don't stay up here too long. It ain't safe.
Look at him go.
You're welcome.
Sweet, now I have Detective Durkin's phone number. We can start the romance subplot with him. That's the type of game we're playing, right?
That's just morbid.
No, let me mess with the outline. There's no one watching. It'll be hilarious. We'll make it look like he's a werewolf or something. Everyone will love it. So if we go back to the office, now will the police have called? And then they'll be like, my God.
I just got off the phone with the police. You were right. Jeremy is really dead. I just saw him 2 days ago. He was always nice to me.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. about before, I was a complete jerk.
No, I
Did
was
you say it
a
hard?
psycho.
I wasn't sure at the time.
Police seem pretty sure. You said you were investigating his death?
Yes, I wanted to take a look at his desk.
Right. I'll buzz you in. The place is empty. I'm just here holding the phones. Take as much time as you need. Just find whoever did this, okay?
I'll do my best.
Ding. Handy dandy
All right,
notebook.
Jeremy, what were you up to? Let's see if it was worth getting killed over. According to this, Jeremy interviewed a woman named Penelope Haynes.
God, it's just 24 pages talking about Thanksgiving over the course of like 25 years for just some completely inexplicable reason. Okay. Interview. Penelope Haynes. 4:13. Phone call interview. She's eager. Too eager? Go in person. 4:15. Met PH. Talks in circles. I got the gist. Deaf connection. 4:17. PH gave me an Addy for follow-up. Good enough? 4:18. Follow-up. Tried to scam me. No surprise, but she can connect me. Progress? Left my phone there. Stupid. Left his
Jeremy
phone.
lost his phone somewhere. I wonder if anyone found it.
Did we see a phone in his apartment? How did he ghost call us?
It says that Jeremy followed up with someone, and whoever it was tried to scam him. Looks like Jeremy tried to speak to someone named Penelope Haynes over the phone. A definite connection. Connection to what?
Is that all the TV there is? That's not a lot of notes.
There's nothing on Jeremy's computer worth looking at.
It's just Minesweeper. It's actually like 30 copies of the executable for Minesweeper. I mean, there's just no reason for that many different instances of Minesweeper.
There's nothing on Jeremy's...
I guess I'll take this press pass? Yeah, maybe they shouldn't just like buzz random people up because
the entire office, just Jeremy's desk.
Because they happen to know a guy who died who worked here. I mean, again, even if they don't expect if they don't want the computer to be like a plot point that advances anything, it could just be like, it's locked and I don't have his password or something. So now I guess we just go talk to him, right? And have him decipher the notes?
Come on in. Oh, hi, Rosa. Make yourself at home.
Jeremy?
Yes?
I got your notebook.
You are a rock star.
Here you go. Take it.
Right. On second thought, could you read it out?
That's so weird.
Flu is making me a bit fuzzy. I'm having trouble focusing my eyes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Please.
Yes, it's
Sure,
the
Jeremy.
flu.
Thank you.
It's an unusually serious case of the flu. Lost a lot of weight. My entire body weight. Yeah, let me read your notes. How you doing?
So, when did you leave the Village Eye?
A little after you. Most of us did.
Really?
Our boss was a slime ball. And when you left, we all followed your example.
I had no idea. So, the City Post. That's pretty impressive.
It's grueling work, but it's been nice. Everyone's saying that print
Except for that whole
newspapers are dying.
flu
There's
thing.
Something legit about being in print.
So, do you still talk to anyone from the old paper?
Not really. I was just happy to get away from the place. How about you?
No, I never even talked to anyone when I was there.
You spoke to me. Sometimes.
I guess I must have.
That's gratifying.
So, what else have you been up to?
Oh, you know, nothing much. Just this darn flu. I just hope you don't catch it.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about that.
I don't know what else to ask him. I didn't know him well enough. Looks like I never will now.
She says out loud in front of
You
him.
wrote about someone named Penelope Haynes.
Penelope
One of the Haynes sisters,
yeah,
eh?
She's an interesting case. She's a victim, but doesn't believe she's a victim at all. She embraces it. I wish it was uncommon, but unfortunately it's not.
What do you mean?
God, my head, it's like thinking through a straw. Penelope, she's the weak link. She's a talker. Most people don't like to talk about this kind of thing, but she does.
Talk about what?
It's hard to explain.
Why don't you try us?
No. I'm just really sick, okay? I can't think straight.
I'm so ill.
Of course, you're sick. I understand.
Thank you.
But I do need more to go on.
Yeah.
Speak to Penelope. She lives up on Park Avenue. She's a bit old, so be patient with her.
You wrote in your notes that you lost your phone.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
If I did, I must have found it. Got it right here. See?
Oh no. Oh, what? Wait. Okay, now, do you think this means we'll finally get some rules about ghost objects? Because we've been really unclear about that in the past. Like, even as recently as the start of this game. Did that guy Ryan have a gun as a ghost because he died holding a gun? And that somehow made a psychic impression of the object? Or, as I've been jokingly saying, the gun also died because he died holding it? So if he has the phone in his possession now, does that mean that he died as a ghost? Because I thought what was going to happen is he was going to say, like, I have it with me now, see? And then he, like, wouldn't have it. And then he'd be like, I'm so ill. If cold gives you ghosts, floats around. Oh, Ice Bunny. I hope it's not that dramatic. Although ghost powers are pretty cool also, so, you know. Do you... I think I already asked him about
Did you
him.
hear about the murder on the High Line?
The what?
Somebody was killed at the High Line Park very recently.
It's a park?
Interesting news. But hey, somebody else is going to have to cover it. I'm really sick and I've already got a story to cover.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Penelope Haynes?
Have you been up to her apartment on Park Avenue yet?
No, not yet.
Go pay her a visit. Once you know more, we'll talk again.
Fine. Trying to get some actual information to go on, but okay.
Right. Thanks again, Rosa.
Beep, 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 boop.
Yes?
Penelope Haynes?
I'm Madison Haynes. Penelope is my mother-in-law. Can I help you?
She had a
Okay.
visit from a reporter not too long ago, a Jeremy Sams from the City Post.
Oh, you're with them. Come in. Sorry, but you're out of luck. She no longer lives here.
Is she dead? Don't ask why I would jump to that. Oh no, wait. Let's start with the baby. That's like a normal human thing to do, which Rosa definitely wouldn't do. So I'm sure that this will be out of sequence and like weirdly uncomfortable.
That's a cute kid you've got there.
Oh no, it's
Thanks.
kind of normal.
His name is Chris. He's about 8 months old now. He's a little terror, but he's mine.
I like that he's got a little like carrot onesie on.
She's not dead, is she?
What? No. What gave you that idea?
Well, never mind. It was a stupid question.
You said it, not me.
Where did she go?
Where she can be taken care of. She's quite elderly. A nice enough woman, but needed a lot of looking after. As you can see, we just had a child. I couldn't look after both of them, not if I wanted to keep my sanity.
So she's in a nursing home.
An assisted living center, yes.
This feels like this was like ripe for some like comedic misunderstanding of like, she's not dead, is she? Oh God, no. How why would you even ask that? Well then where is she? I sent her someplace to be taken care of by the mafia.
Could you tell me what center she's in?
I don't think that's a good idea. When your friend from the newspaper came, she became quite agitated. She was always a little unstable, but she became much worse. I don't know what you want with her, but I don't think I should tell you where she is.
Okay, but which center is
Are
she
you
in?
sure you can't tell me what center she's in? It's kind of important.
I don't care if it's important. She's not well.
Well, neither is Jeremy, it turns out.
What did Jeremy speak to Penelope about?
You don't know? Aren't you from the paper too?
Not exactly. Jeremy is, ill. I'm following up on his interviews, trying to learn.
So
what he
sorry.
did.
I see. Well, I don't know what they spoke about. He spoke to her privately in her room just over there.
Okay, hold
Well,
on.
thanks for the chat. I might be back to follow up.
I don't really have anything else to tell you, but bye.
Ugh. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I hope they let me do the eavesdropping style thing from last game, because, like, I need to be able to do something here. Look at this painting.
Generic stuff. They sell this crap by the hundreds in any department store.
Gosh, I think it's just supposed to be like a landscape with like a cabin with like smoke coming out of the chimney. But the fact that like these trees or whatever look amorphous and the ground looks like sand, I don't know, it looks almost like some kind of like Cthulhian horror thing. She's 30, bring her to the care home. You mean the woman looking after the kid? She should also be sent away?
Looks like an old closet to me.
Can I poke my head in there?
Crammed to bursting point with old boxes. It's a brochure. It looks like it's for a nursing home. The place is called Seagram Assisted Living, and it's got a branch down on East 33rd.
So many addresses, so little time.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna add that to my list of things I cannot touch.
Just poke your head in there and see what stuff is in the drawers, dingus.
Some kind of green trinket.
Can I touch it? Is it spiritual in nature?
Does it want a hug?
I don't think this is a stupid question. We used a magical cigarette to kill a ghost in the last
It's the
game.
way out of here. If it's all the same, I think I'll stay inside.
This guy is such a boring ghost. Can we all agree on that? I mean, whether you like him or not, like, he just doesn't want to do anything cool as a ghost. No, hang on.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Oh, I thought maybe I could knock it out the window and then go grab
Not
it.
sure what blowing on that will achieve. It's the way out of here.
I honestly think this might be the best, like, generic I can't do that repeated dialogue game from an adventure game, because, I mean, come
Not
on.
sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Like, I don't want to mess up my blade. Classic. The various incarnations of that won't do anything. It won't accomplish anything from the dig. Essential. This, though.
What do you want me to do?
Magazines, eh?
Glossy women's magazines and tabloid junk. Looks like a phone to me. I love the idea, but I'm not really a...
Make the baby cry? I probably could.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
No, maybe not. I thought I could, like, move the toys around and
Not sure
spook them.
I'm not gonna... He's staring right... Kids that young have always been able to see ghosts like me. They never get scared, though. I guess they don't know any better. So, kid, how's it going? Oh, no need to get up. Oh, hey, watch it!
What? Why am I able to do this? This is wild. Hey, someone who's smarter than me fact check this. She said this kid was 8 months old. Is that normal for him to be so mobile? That feels wrong, but I'm stupid, so I don't know.
Not sure what... Looks like a...
Can I knock over these Fabergé eggs? Why do you have a casual basket of Fabergé eggs on our table? What's wrong with us?
I swear, Chris, you've got a skull tougher than your father's.
Is that the only purpose of that action? Why is this game like this? Why? I mean, there was an achievement for that and everything. I guess I should go.
I found out where they stashed the old lady. It's a place called Seagram.
Did you get the
Isn't
address?
that like a beer or something?
A list of docs who are on call. Don't recognize any of them.
Boop.
Looks like a list of doctors that are on call. None of the names look familiar.
What's going on in the foreground here? It looks like there's a talk boy and some green lipstick.
I've got plenty of flowers at home.
Do
I think
you?
those are irises. They smell really nice, that's for sure.
Yeah, I enjoy that the baby latches onto the ghost. That's weird though. Yeah, that seemed like a crawling age to me. I know that, like, I know that there's always, like, current guidelines on, like, when you should expect those, like, developmental milestones, but, like, they change kind of over time. It's so hard to know that if you're, like, not currently reading, like, parenting books or something. I remember when Tech and the professor had their, like, virtual Zoom baby shower over the pandemic. They had, like, an interactive quiz thing set up where, like, people had to guess those. I did better than I thought I would, but, like, not very good. But again, like, you mostly get that knowledge by doing research as being a relatively recent parent, so... Oh, God, I want this hole punch. Hang on. Could you knock this hole punch on the ground so I can have it?
What blowing on that will achieve.
Oh, I just want it,
Not
though.
sure. Looks like a phone.
I just really want it.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Ouija
Secret
Board.
room assisted living.
You've got the right place. What can I do for you?
I would like to see Penelope, what's her
I'm
name?
looking for a Penelope Haynes. Does she stay here?
Mrs. Haynes?
She
spends her
stay
time in
here.
the common area most days. It's on the second floor. You can't miss it.
Thanks. Can you tell me anything about Penelope Haynes?
Her? Nice lady.
Her?
I guess you call her
Anne?
spiritual. She hangs out in the common room most of the time.
Could you tell me a bit about this place?
Well, if you want my opinion, this is one of the best assisted living centers in New York. But you don't want to hear a PR spiel, I'm sure. If you're interested, take one of our brochures over there.
It's okay if I go visit her?
We like to think of our residents as guests, not patients. We take care of them, but this is their home. As long as you don't bother anybody, you can come and go as you please.
Ah, darn, I guess I can't come and go as I please, because I definitely intend to bother people, up to, including, and not limited to, Penelope. Our kids figure out walking around 10 to 18 months. Maybe she's a genius. Or is very... You think maybe she's... You think she's so dislikable the kid is trying to leave? For some reason, I thought at first you were implying that, like, she was just lying to try and, like, make the kid seem more impressive. Like, the kid's actually, like, you know, 24 months old or something, and she's like, yeah, he's only 8, look how developed he is. Which is, like, the kind of thing you see, like, accidentally done in, like, movies and TV shows sometimes when there's, like, a young, like, baby or infant or something. They'll be like, yeah, this is the child that was just born, and they're, like, clearly, like, almost a year old. Like, yeah, that just came out of a person, sure.
Looks like a bunch of...
Give me one of these. I don't know what it'll do for me, but I got it all the same.
What am I gonna put a hole in? My hands? It's a hole...
I don't know, the devil exists, maybe the stigmata will do something for you. Go to the common room.
There. It's only visitors.
Yarn.
Looks like a ball of yarn.
Give me the yarn. I'm a cat, give me the
Does this
yarn.
belong to anybody?
Nobody I know. Help yourself.
Can you... Adventure games are so funny to me. I don't know why more people don't enjoy them, except genuinely I do. Like, it's kind of an acquired taste. But, like, I just want you to think about, like, what just happened. So we just, like, came into an assisted living center, and we're like, hey, you don't know me, and neither does Penelope. Can I go talk to her? And they're like, sure. Just go up. That's fine. Don't really care about the security of our guests. And I'm like, all right. So I go upstairs, and I see Penelope, and the first thing I do is, like, see some, like, loose yarn on the table in front of her. I'm like, you gonna finish that? She's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, it's mine now. Don't worry about it. Got an inventory of some weird stuff. Hello, old woman. I am the press. I am Ouija board.
I'm guessing that's Penelope Haynes?
Oh, Madison. Well, this is a surprise.
No.
I'm not Madison.
You're not? Ah, yes. Sorry, I should have known. Your aura carries a whiff of her essence. I got confused.
You said something about an aura?
I could see it a mile away. Your aura, my dear, it's been infected by her.
Her?
I can't
The
dispute
woman who
that.
calls herself my daughter-in-law. Bits of her essence have infected your aura like vile worms.
Really?
No, not really. Don't fall for this. She smells Madison's perfume. I don't have a nose and I could tell she was swimming in it.
Madison is a spiritual viper.
That sounds like a good magic card. Spiritual Viper? What does it do? How much does it cost? What color is
You
it?
think Madison is a spiritual viper?
The energy. Energy flows into her but doesn't come out. She just cares for material wealth and nothing for her fellow human beings. She's corrupted my son, and it's too late for him. But me? I got out. Lucky escape.
I was told Jeremy Sams came to talk to you.
Oh, that young man? So keen, so
Very keen.
interested. He believed, or he wanted to. He's on his way now, I think. I sent him there.
Now, when you say there...
Where did you send Jeremy?
To the next phase, of course.
Oh god, she's a Scientologist.
There are many worlds, but we have work to do in this one.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Have you ever been to a diner at the edge of tomorrow? Somebody says it sounds like her sister-in-law. Honestly, I was thinking the same thing just based on stories you've related. They're just like, yep, that kind of sounds like it. So Jeremy died a little bit. Does that change anything?
Jeremy is dead.
What? What are you talking about?
Jeremy is dead. He was killed a few days ago.
Oh my. That is funny.
Pardon?
Me going on about
hilarious.
Sending him on his way to the next world. What you must think of me.
Don't worry about it.
I sometimes forget that I operate on a higher plane than most people. Still can't be helped. Don't worry about the boy.
Guess it can't be helped.
He has rejoined the universe.
What did he want?
What did you and Jeremy speak about?
My work, the universe, and my work within the universe. So many people, so many lost. I'm quite important, you know.
Kind of a big deal, you know. I don't know if you've heard of me.
What kind of work do you do?
I meditate. I think. I exist.
Really?
What more is there?
Well, thanks for your time, Mrs. Haynes.
Very
it's been a pleasure.
enlightening.
Stop by anytime.
That was not helpful at all.
No. I'll wait till we're alone.
Hello, old man.
Hello? Can you hear me? Nothing. An old man. He's just staring out the window.
Can I
ain't gonna waste my breath.
There's no hitbox for whatever that is in front of her. Hey, are either of you so far gone that I can send you to the afterlife?
This only works on the dead. And although it's hard to tell, she ain't dead yet. He's not dead. Not yet, anyway.
Jeremy got zombified. I mean, you sure did. He got that bad cold. Can't hear the end of it. So, she really didn't give us much use. Like...
Miss. Oh, well, thank.
Oh, it's.
Like, did we get anything to act on?
I don't think she'd want. Wow, I don't think she'd want that.
What are Legless Wonder and Meat Sack doing tonight? Well, things are interesting. Now we can manipulate ghost powers at will. And when I use them at times that aren't relevant to what's going on, then I get a comment like this.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
So it's like a pretty big upgrade, I think, from previous games in that regard. I don't know, this game is interesting. It's running into some of the old problems from this series of just not necessarily a clear line of logic that leads us all the way from where we start to where we're going. But how are you doing, Critwitch?
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Do you really feel like I'm going to need to record that one for posterity? And it's great that it comes from the first game in the series that has, and this is true, sliders to control audio, and also walk speed, which is a fun little quirk.
Yeah, that stopped being funny a long time ago.
So we came here to talk to this lady, and she gave us non-useful information.
That's way too heavy for me to pick up. Then again, so is a pencil.
And do what with it exactly? I'm not here to watch TV.
Then you are
They
false.
don't look like the kind that open. Wow, the residents here sure get the star treatment.
Joey, is that you?
Huh?
Nani?
Are you talking to me? Hello? Anybody there?
Joey.
Yeah, that's my name. Do I know you?
I'm afraid he does that sometimes. Talks to people who aren't there, or perhaps they are. He sees the world through different eyes.
Special eyes.
Crying out loud, shut up.
Joey. Why? Why did you do it?
Are you? No, not you. Get the elevator, Red. We're leaving.
Joey.
You really want to have this conversation here? Get the damn elevator.
So are you gonna tell me?
What?
Who was that guy?
Maybe nobody. Maybe somebody. I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I don't. If there's something to say, I'll
Sax
say
is going
it.
crazy.
Until then, we got a spook to sort.
So, oh, I guess Jeremy said we should talk to him after we talked to her, but, like, she gave us nothing.
Make yourself at home.
We've met Penelope.
You found her? How's she doing?
She's interesting.
Interesting's the word. I could only understand half of that crap she spouted.
Yeah, she's a bit out there. She thinks she's found something meaningful.
Has she?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Oh my god, tell me. This is genuinely starting to annoy me. So this guy, he calls us up, right? And he's like, oh, like, I'm working on some really important story, but I'm so sick that I really can't keep investigating it. We used to work together. Could you, like, come over and, like, I'll help you get my notes and like you can follow up on these interviews I'm not well enough to do? And we're like, sure. I apparently have nothing better to do. We come over here and it turns out he's dead and not aware of it, because that's how the rules of being a ghost are in this world for the most part. And we just basically keep asking him, so like, okay, like, what is this thing that, like, you were investigating that you want us to work on? And he's like, haha, it's so funny. Go get my notes. And then we get them. We're like, okay, but, like, the notes aren't, like, super clear about it. They're deliberately cryptic so people don't, like, catch on to what you're doing in case they look at them or whatever. So, like, what are you doing? He's like, haha, go talk to Penelope. And we do, and she's all like, I'm very important to the great beyond. I professionally meditate or something. And then we come talk to him, we're like, I'm begging you, Jeremy, what is it that you do? What are you talking about? And he's just like, ha.
Jeremy?
Maybe nothing.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Penelope Haynes?
She's a sweet old lady. Or at least, I suppose she was once.
Are you sure you've never been to the High Line? Not once?
No, please stop asking about it.
Sorry.
He seems to have a weird level of awareness about things that would trigger him to know that he is dead. Like, other people don't seem to have had that.
So, Jeremy, tell me about yourself. We never got...
Me? I was born upstate. Not much of...
Interesting that resets upon coming back in here.
Remind me, what do you need me to do again?
Find Penelope. She'll tell you everything you need to know.
That's not true? That seems untrue.
You wrote in your...
Did I?
Yeah.
If I did,
Well,
Alright.
Alright, I guess I will go talk to her again, even though I exhausted all dialogue options and she basically just said, like, I'm cool or something. Supposed to talk to you, nurse? Hello, nurse.
Thanks for the help. Have a good day.
Nope, let's never talk to her again.
Mrs. Haynes.
Oh, it's you.
Well,
Oh, it's...
Okay, I'm annoyed now.
I don't think she'd want... It says that Jeremy followed up with someone. A definite connection. Connection to what? I don't think she...
We're now 4 games in, and changing inventory items is still kind of a hassle.
I don't think she'd... Wow, the... I don't think she'd want...
Okay, I honestly don't know if I've broken something or if the game is being obtuse. Everything has pointed me to talk to her, and even still at this point insists that she will tell me everything I need to know. And I go and I talk to her, and I've exhausted all dialogue options to the point that when I start a conversation with her, she's like, thanks for everything, see you later. Doesn't feel like there's anything for like Joey to do here. I kind of tried interacting with the TV to see if that would like warp it to do something weird.
You filled this one.
No, now I won't even go in the room because of this guy. Am I supposed to talk to him even though that's not what anything says to do?
Hello? Can you hear me? Nothing.
I like that I can get in the elevator and then get out of the elevator. Interesting that I can't go in the hallway of my building anymore, which has like been an element.
Yeah.
About that guy in the nursing home.
He's nobody, sweetheart. Absolutely nobody.
You didn't act like he was nobody.
Look, he's not a spook, so he's not our problem.
And when he dies?
I said, he's not our problem. So drop it.
In a second, say goodbye. Options. No, I already have the audio down. I didn't turn it back up after it went crazy before. It's a little loud in here, but there aren't a lot of safe places to talk to my ghost. Tell you what, let's go to the High Line. I think it's a little more mellow here.
Got a sec?
What is it?
Next move.
Penelope certainly has strong feelings about Madison.
She seems to have strong feelings about everything.
I wonder if Madison feels the same way.
That's what you want me to do? That's not signaled very well at all. Like, the game is all like, go talk to Penelope. She'll tell you everything that you want to know. And you go and talk to her and she's like, nope. And then I'm supposed to go talk to Madison? Like...
That's all for now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I skip a dialogue or something that made sense out of that? That does not feel intuitive. Why would she even let me in again?
I told you, there is no reason for you to be here.
I spoke to your mother-in-law.
You spoke to Penelope.
Yes.
I told you not to speak to her.
I know, and that's why I did. I don't like you very much.
Find her. I found her anyway.
Clever girl. And what did she tell you?
She doesn't think much of you, that's for sure.
Come in. Shut the door. Let me tell you something about my mother-in-law. She's rich and she's needy. People like her are easy prey for people like him.
People like who?
People like Gavin.
The head of the League of Evil Exes? No, that's not Gavin. Gideon.
What did this Gavin do?
He brainwashed her is what he did. He made her hate us. He told her we were phony and superficial. Okay, we're well off.
Shallow and pedantic.
But the thing she said? She changed her will. Can you believe that? Left everything to Gavin. Even my husband couldn't look at her anymore. So, we sent her away.
To the cornfield.
Was it a lot of money?
Who cares about the money? The money isn't the point. She turned her back on her family, her son, her new grandchild, just because some cult leader told her to. You stick by your family. That's just what you do.
So you put Penelope into a nursing home after she changed her will?
I know. We're horrible, ungrateful people. Don't think we don't feel guilty about it. But she was impossible to live with. And we have a son to raise. I even gave her a key and I told her she could visit whenever she liked. Not that she would.
That's messed up. We're gonna take her key.
Even though it's lying in her room for everyone to see.
Well, I better go.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye then.
Demolition, I fear that you weren't here before when we learned this.
So, kid, what's the skinny?
The child can see the ghost and will follow him around.
I swear, Chris, you've got a skull tougher than your father's.
Yes, 8 months. We did have that conversation. Blowing these Fabergé eggs again?
Blowing on that will achieve.
Right.
Not sure what I can do by touching it. Some kind of green trinket.
Nah, that's the key. We've learned about
Looks
this.
like they forgot to turn the lights off in here.
Hallmark of a not good parent. 8 month hitting walls and laughing. Yep, that seems right.
It's all not bad.
So you tried StarCraft 2 after like 8 years. Not good compared to modern games. It's so indebted to esports that things are designed to be counter-friendly to normal gamers. That's interesting. I haven't really played a lot of like esports-friendly games. I'm not entirely sure I'm cut out for anything along those lines. I like the idea of esports in theory, but what I find in practice is that they're much too much like sports and not enough like video games in their execution of those things. And I'm not really big on sports. I like the idea of integrating the like pageantry and spectacle of sports into gaming, but like, I don't know. I'm just not sure I've seen it done well. And like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with those games to know if the games are any different. It's so weird that she makes the point about the key and the key being here.
Don't know what some kind.
This might be like a later thing. I guess we talk to Penelope again? See if she'll give us her key or something? Oh, right, I'm still a ghost. Awkward thing about transitioning out of that place. Common room. Penelope.
Mrs. I spoke to Madison about you.
Oh, I'd advise against that. 5 minutes in her presence will kill a year of your spiritual growth.
Her voice feels familiar in a way that I don't know what it is.
Did you really cut your family out of your will?
Sure I did. What of it? They have everything they need. I'm giving it to a much worthy cause. The work must continue. I can make sure it does.
Madison doesn't seem all that bad.
You never lived with her. For years I lived under a cloud, only I never knew it. The clouds have parted and I see.
See what?
This seems very chill.
Purpose. I never had one before. She couldn't see that. She did everything she could to destroy it. She even took my peridot.
Oh, so you're a fan of Steven Universe as well?
Peridot? A stone. Gavin gave it to me. It promotes spiritual growth. She took it before sending me here.
No,
like
it's not the key then.
Good.
So where's your key?
This one was given to me by Gavin. It has special energy inside.
It's a J.O. crystal.
Irreplaceable.
This Gavin, who is he?
Gavin is the one who opened my eyes.
You make him sound like a prophet.
Far from it. He's just a man who had his eyes opened, and he helps others do the same. He was just a signpost on my spiritual journey.
More like the exit ramp to your personal loony bin.
I heard that, Curtis.
Madison told me she gave you a key to her apartment.
A key? No, she didn't.
She told me she did.
Well, she's lying. She hates me, so she wouldn't give me anything. You understand?
I'm not sure I do.
That's all right. Maybe you're not supposed to.
Okay. Very helpful.
Are you sure Madison didn't give you a key?
I told you before. She did not give me a key. She hates me, so she wouldn't give me anything.
So does that mean that we have to figure out something that she did give her? And that has the key in it and she didn't realize that? Or something? It seems like I'm supposed to use the key to break into that apartment to get the peridot. I know she pronounced it like a minute ago. I've never been entirely clear on how that word is supposed to be read. And then give it to her, and then she'll have a spiritual awakening and start shooting people with her plasma hands?
I could get your peridot for you.
You would do that? You'd brave that nest of vipers and retrieve it for me?
Yeah, I got nothing going on.
That's because you can't see. But if you get
I got a
it for
ghost.
Me, let's just say that helping others is the key to helping yourself.
I'd like to help myself to some earplugs.
Well, some would have to die first, which is complicated.
About the peridot.
Did you find it?
Not yet.
Oh, well, that witch probably threw it away.
No, it's like for sure in your
I'd
bedroom.
like to meet Gavin.
You? No, I don't believe you're sincere. That reporter, Jeremy. I sent him on his way to Gavin, and it just upset things.
It upset someone, all right.
Yeah. Seems like he did not like that you did that, and he killed the guy.
Perhaps he remained closed-minded. Perhaps I should have seen that. Either way, you must find your way to Gavin yourself. Unless you can prove your sincerity.
I must obtain the crest of sincerity. And then my Digimon partner, Joey, can digivolve into Ultimate. Do enjoy a big Henlo demolition. So would you say that you enjoyed the trip down memory lane, or were you overall more frustrated by your experience playing StarCraft 2?
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
I've played very little StarCraft myself, but I've I clicked on this screenshot I took earlier of the puzzle from the tutorial. Recently watching Day9 play some StarCraft missions on his channel. And that was a pretty fun time. I wasn't really familiar with the story of either StarCraft game. The story of StarCraft 1's pretty good. Okay, hold
Hi
on.
again. Hello. Thanks for the help. Have a good day.
Nope, I can't like ask her about stuff that might have been sent to Penelope that might incidentally. Why do I have this hole punch? Can I hole punch a brochure?
I don't need 2 holes in that. It's a
What a specific problem.
It's a brochure. It's got a big hole punched in it. I guess for hanging on hooks.
I could put some yarn on it.
Let's see if this works.
Why did I do that? I understand that I can do it, but why did I do it? This is a classic adventure game problem.
I tied the yarn to the hole in the brochure.
You say that like it's a perfectly normal and rational thing to have done.
I tied the yarn to the hole in the brochure.
Yeah, but like why though is sort of my question. That's fine. We'll figure it out. Maybe never. It seems like the next thing to do is to get the gem. Yeah, it's interesting to hear input on RTS games. Like during his playthrough of those old StarCraft missions, Day9 was sort of saying that like he felt like RTS development was like as good as it's ever been. And I know that there are some like relatively high profile RTSs, like Age of Empires had a big release like a year or two ago, didn't it? But like it just doesn't feel to me like any of those catch on the way that like they did back in the 90s.
Oh,
Hi.
come in. What?
Penelope mentioned a peridot stone.
Oh, that thing. She wore it constantly. Believed it contained some spiritual powers or something. I should throw it away.
Yes, throw it away to me in my hand pockets.
Can I have the peridot stone?
Why?
Penelope would like it back.
Absolutely not. That trinket just made the problem worse for her. The next time I think of it, I'm just gonna throw it away.
The peridot
Are
again?
you sure I can't take the peridot off your hands? I think Penelope would really appreciate it.
Did you hear what I told you? I said no.
Are you sure I can't? I think Penelope would really appreciate it.
Did you hear?
Well, I better get going.
Listen, I appreciate what you're doing, but please don't bother us again. We're embarrassed enough by this as it is.
I'll do my best.
I expect more than that. If any of this shows up in the paper, we'll deny everything. You got that? Now, Chris and I are meeting my husband for dinner, so if you'll
Yep,
let
figured this
yourself
was
out-
happening.
Right, sure.
I for sure thought that they would leave that environment so that I would be forced to break in.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Send Joey in to interfere with the... No, it's not a buzzer, it's a thermostat.
Not sure what I... Looks like a thermostat.
Can I actually go in this door? I
Nothing
can't,
but a
right?
long hallway down this way. I can't go any further.
Definitely feels like this door is not as far away as us floating upstairs before.
I love the idea. Some kind of green trinket. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Just knock it on the floor and blow it over to the door and we'll fish it out from under the door with our brochure with yarn running through it. It's not that hard, ghost guy. Honestly. Just look up the movie and recite the script. Be a better spirit medium companion.
I love the idea, but I'm pretty generic stuff. If it's all the same, not bad. Looks like an old closet to me. Crammed to bursting point with old boxes. Just between you and me. Must I defy? Looks like a phone to me. Cheap plastic crap. Cheap plastic crap.
I like to think that Rosa just hears him muttering to himself through the door and is like, why?
Yeah, I could get.
So I can't do anything as Rosa. That actually feels a little weird. I thought the idea would be that once I had confirmed that they were gone, that Rosa would suddenly be able to potentially interact from the other side of the door so we could break in and get the peridot and leave.
Not sure what I. Looks like a thermostat.
Not sure the thermostat has a hitbox either. I've been wondering that and have come up with nothing, essentially.
Must glossy women's.
Gotta figure out how to get the key from her, I guess.
Not much.
Yeah. A lot of needless back and forth in this game. I mean, I definitely feel like this game is showing some signs of moving towards a more action-based sort of premise. And I don't mean action-based in the sense of, like, I'm looking for platforming or, you know, RPG elements or some bizarre thing. I just mean that, like, a criticism I would say that all of the previous Blackwell games before Deception have shared is that, like, I've complained a little bit about the lack of puzzles in a traditional sense for a graphic adventure game. But, like a really high percentage of these games is just, like, talking to people, which isn't, like, inherently, like, offensive or anything. It's just that, like, you end up sometimes in a situation like this where you just keep, like, bouncing between, like, two locations, like, back and forth and, like, not really making any progress. And then I kind of just start to feel like I'm dealing with the DMV and I get triggered and I'm having a bad time. I don't know what to do. Let's go to the bridge so I can have Joey tell me what to do. Like, these games are not, like, an excellent example of, I mean, dialogue trees in general, but even just, like, the general balance of, like, questioning people and making meaningful progress and really just, like, having a reliable structure of progressing to begin with.
Joey,
What's going on?
if that peridot stone is anywhere, it's probably back at the Haynes apartment.
Yeah, I'm, like, obviously extremely clear on that, but, do you have any recommendations on how I get in there based on the extremely limited number of tools that you've given me? I don't even have a paperclip, which let me break into, like, 2.5 doors in the last game.
That's all for now.
Yeah.
No point. It's pretty good.
Doesn't look like anyone's home. I guess there's nothing stopping me from doing that, except for my nearly complete lack of physical existence. Just a light switch. Looks like a thermostat. The numbers on this gizmo went down a bit. It now says 62 degrees. Not sure what the point of that was.
Huh. Well, I can't say I tried doing that.
I've done enough damage here.
Nor do I think that would work that way. What does that do for me? What does the air conditioning being on do for me in this game? I definitely know what it does for me in real life after spending 10 years in an apartment that, like, functionally didn't in California.
What
does that do?
Looks like a
What does that do for me? It doesn't seem to have changed anything in here.
Not sure what.
It also doesn't feel like it's created like a... I might think one thing that it would do is create like a draft in here that I could like piggyback off of to like send the pendant out the window.
Ghost.
Sure feels like the game thinks whatever happens next is obvious, and I can't say that I agree with that notion. What could this mean?
Just between you and.
This is so bizarre to me.
Looks like a phone to me. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Not sure what. Just a light switch. It's the way.
I mean, it's progress. It must be useful in some way. Did I try doing this while they were here and he wouldn't let me, or did I just not try? I honestly can't remember. I mean, I can't be Rosa at all. So, like, what? Hey, Neko, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? It's very sleepy in here. It's like the tiredest stream in such a long time. You fell asleep. Well, I mean, you're right there with us then. Hey, check this out, Neko.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
We got like I would say that we probably have like a pending channel point redemption.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Just really not sure what blowing on that will achieve. And frankly, in this specific case, I just blew on something and it achieved something, and I don't know what blowing on that did achieve in the past already.
Looks like a.
Would it... Is there some other location that it would benefit me in some way where the air conditioning in this apartment I can't access to be on? That sentence surely didn't make any sense. I'm so tired. But, like... You know what I mean, right? Like, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything here. So where could I go that it matters that I turned the air conditioning on? Is this a leave and come back situation? No, it just remains on, and it doesn't look like anything changed? How is that possible?
What am I? Looks like they forgot. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Why do you want to blow on the egg? Because I don't know what to do, and the game's like internal nudge system is not helpful in this case. They're like, so like currently what I'm trying to do is to like get physical possession of this pendant, and as you're probably aware of from the previous games, I'm controlling Joey the ghost, and so I have to get that to my physical companion made of meat, Rosa. But we're in an apartment that is locked because everyone left to go to a dinner. Wait, the air conditioning stopped. Why did it stop?
The numbers on this gizmo went down a bit. It now says 62 degrees. Not sure what the point of that was.
Is 62 somehow relevant? It's not a particularly nice number. But the reason I blow on the Fabergé eggs is, one, I think it'd be really funny to just knock them all over and break them, because the lady who's here she sucks a little bit for sure. But also just because I'm desperate to figure out why I'm able to turn on the air conditioning. I mean, it's entirely possible that maybe this is just meant to, like, annoy Madison when
There's nothing but a long
she's still here. But I still have to be able to get in here somehow, and the game has basically indicated to me that that's like the next thing to do. Yeah, I mean, this game has already given us several indications where, like, Joey just, like, wouldn't let us do something that'd be cool. Like, there's a point where we're, like, poking around in a newspaper office. He's like, I don't just want to float through random doors. I'm like, you're such a boring ghost. I mean, you're not wrong. It is a pretty cold air conditioning temperature for sure. But, like, I'm not consciously aware of anything affected in, like, a relevant way in the apartment. Can it go through vents? I don't see any vents. Last time there was a vent, she went through it, not him. And she did a weird thing where she, like, opened the vent and then, like, refused to climb through it, even though it was exactly leading to the place she wanted to go. And she just, like, reached her hand up to see if she could grab a key to get into a different... It felt very silly to me. So he won't...
Same. I think I'll stay inside.
He won't go outside. He can't pick it up. He won't let me blow on it to knock it on the floor so I could slide it over to the door or something. He can't interact with the lamp.
It's a brochure. The place is called...
We already, like, got the information from the brochure. I mean, we did... Let's see if this place... Go to Highline. It's the least annoying place. We did string some yarn through a brochure with a hole punched in it.
I tied the yarn to the hole in the brochure.
And I don't know why I did that.
That doesn't make...
There's also... Hold on. This doesn't make any sense, but I'm gonna go try to do something, just because we're at that stage of adventure game. Take me back to the assisted living. Punch a hole in my business card?
That will accomplish.
Okay, I thought maybe I was supposed to string multiple things together.
That's just silly.
Is there a place where I can charge this up and see what glows in the dark on it? She said it glows in the dark. I feel like that's either a trophy or a plot point. I'm just gonna see if I could talk to some people, I guess. I feel like I should be able to do something at the apartment. I sure can't.
Could I ask you if I'll do my...
No, maybe... It's like a little gnat or something in here. Maybe I should go ask dead friend about Gavin. Even though the game does not seem to suggest that's what I'm doing now.
Jeremy?
Yes?
Did you ever come across the name Gavin during your research?
Gavin. Yes. Yes, I know that name.
I should hope so. I'm pretty sure he killed you.
Why is my head so fuzzy? I should know this. He's important. Somehow. God, why can't I remember?
It's fine. You're just a little sick.
Everything. Penelope and the others. All of them. We've got to find him. We've got to expose him.
Expose what? What did he do?
I don't know.
Expose his underpants. They have funny drawings on them.
No, I'm not feeling well. My brain's not working right. Please, keep digging.
I'm concerned by the fact that he's describing his state of existence the way that I would right now. I don't think I'm dead. You guys would tell me if I was dead, right? Because she's so fast. Look at her go. Yeah, give me a second. First,
Find Penelope.
Yeah, she won't tell me everything I need to know. You're a liar. I need to get the necklace, which I can't do, so let me leave again. So this game, amazingly, provides us with options we didn't have before. Audio and voice, separate adjustment sliders. But also, we have a walk speed slider. So we could go, like, so slow. Like, so slow. Or our previous rate, very quick. Or somewhere in between, but I've mostly just kept it on fast. He has bad man undies. He does probably have bad man undies. Let me call Jeremy real quick.
I can't get through. One ghost is usually okay, but two is probably too much for it to handle.
We do also have a smartphone, so we can do our oogling from anywhere. Which it occurred to me is the thing I should probably be thinking of, but what would I oogle right now? Is there some meaning to the thermostat temperature? Did I spell that right? Penelope Haynes? I think I did. Oh. So she doesn't exist. Yeah, this whole oogle as a mechanic thing is bad. Why do ghosts think that they're sick and not dead? So, like, one of the defining features of this world, our main character is a spirit medium whose sort of job is to help ghosts pass on. And the challenge of that is that ghosts don't realize that they're dead until you sort of, like, do something to force them to confront their mortality. So, like, normally you have to help them resolve some predicament they're sort of reliving from around the time of their death. And in the case of our friend here, he was like investigating a crime that got him killed. And so we probably have to like beat the whole game for him to understand that he's not ill.
I tied the...
I don't know why I would want that. I just don't... a second.
It's a laminated press pass that I took from the City Post newsroom. It seems to be expired, so I doubt anyone will miss it.
Does this need a hole punch?
I'm not sure what that... I'm not sure what...
Really, that's unrelated to the hole punch situation?
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
I can't tell if I'm stupid or if this is stupid. I can't. We have another case, like, this isn't quite as offensive as the situation where, like, it was so clear to me that we just, like, look up the movie that the actor died shooting and then, like, finish the scene with him. But, like, it's kind of a similar situation where it's like, yeah, I just had to break into the apartment. And, like, just by the nature of being a video game, and particularly an adventure game, like, I'm restricted to a very limited set of tools. So I can't try to, like, pick the lock because that's not what the game wants. And I can't, like, deceive a locksmith or, you know, walk up a fire escape or con a neighbor. Like, there's so many things I could try if all I wanted to do was, like, get in there. But, like, the game is just sort of, like... Yep, that apartment sure is where the peridot is. And I'm like, great. And how do you suggest I go about it? And they're like, well, you could have your ghost go in there and turn the temperature down to 62 degrees. And I'm like, sure. However, how do I get in there? And they're like, well, you could blow on the thermostat. They take a paperclip away. Yep, we have had none paperclips since dismantling the diner at the Edge of Tomorrow. It's like all shops get Halloween candy and decorations out. Yeah, it's so fun. My neighbors across the street here have this really cute little, like, singular Halloween decoration that they put up on their door. And my mom observed earlier this week that they, like, took it down. She's like, oh, why did they take it down? And then, like, a Category 4 hurricane passed by here. Didn't hit extremely close to here, so there wasn't, like, a ton of damage. Some, but nothing really major. Mostly just the trees. And then, like, the next day it was up again. It's like, yeah, they were sort of aware of that hurricane. But yeah, so no paper clips, so I can't break into the apartment that way. And I just don't have a lot of tools. I got, like, a lot of paper and, like, notes and stuff that aren't, like, super useful. I have Google, Google the name Gavin and the stone peridot. Gavin cults. Gavin cult man. It's also like annoying because they're trying to hand wave it by saying that Jeremy doesn't know he's dead, and so like because he's dead, he's like disconnected from his memories, and so he can't do everything he probably should be able to do to help us. But like it's still really annoying that like we are prohibited from like making meaningful progress in the investigation itself because he won't tell us like basic stuff like who Gideon is or why he was investigating him and stuff. Like we had to work really hard to get the first name Gavin, and it's done nothing for us. So like again, it seems like the thing to do currently
Doesn't look like it.
It's just like in this apartment, but I don't know what. Like I feel like I've tried to blow on everything. Like it just seems like there would be a much easier, like honestly at this point, if there's like no one around, just like literally knock this thing off the bedpost and like push it over to the door.
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
But I can't do that. Looking forward to lots of orange food. That's legit. Do they do Halloween Oreos in Europe? I know they're nothing fancy, but I always thought those were fun. Because like the cookies themselves are naturally kind of black, and so then they give them orange cream, and then, ooh, they're spooky. Yeah, those neighbors seem nice. I don't talk to them too much, but they're the kind who they'll always like wave and say hi. You do have them? I don't know if that's something you enjoy, but I do it. I enjoy those. I don't get them very often. Problem with cookies is I live alone, and then I'm sort of obliged to eat all of them or they go bad, and like those are both rough choices. Like, do I want to eat a whole package of cookies by myself? Yes. Am I an adult responsible for my own health? Regrettably, yes. You can say no to the second one. I don't know about that. Unfortunately, I come in this shape, which isn't great if I ever aspire to find a significant other, which I do. I really want to live in a world where the fact that I have my own house and stable income and car that I technically own, that the California DMV is being really spiteful about, means that I resemble like a catch, and then maybe someone will give me the time of day and not just look at my shape and be like, oh, that's regrettable. A snowman has come to life to disappoint others around him. But yeah, I kind of feel like that is more or less true.
Not sure what... Just a set of...
I'm so stumped in like a really not interesting way.
Must I
If you want to look up a hint, Demolition, if you have the brain power for it, I'm for it. I feel like I've tried every reasonable thing that has come to mind. Oh, it's kind of you to say, Neko. Unfortunately, whether or not that's true, being like a kind and fun person isn't necessarily helpful, because like someone has to like acknowledge that, and like, you know, whether or not we want to admit it, we all care about physical appearances to some extent. That varies by person, but like, man, it sure is hard to find someone who will like look at me and be like, yeah, that seems like someone I'm interested in, because I just look like this. Round is a shape too, but like, again, it's all a matter of like finding someone who's like, yeah, that's fine. Case name. I mean, the first case is probably like Ryan and the boat case, and we are on probably the second case. I don't think we've completed anything sufficient to call the first case closed. Enter bedroom. No, we should be later than that, because we read the brochure and we went to the assisted living home and we talked to Penelope, and then we talked to Madison, and we know that there's a paradox. Like, the last actual thing is like, look at the chart located on the desk near the nurse. I beg your pardon? I mean, we've looked at that chart before.
And what would I do with it exactly? Looks like a list of doctors that are on call. None of the names look familiar.
That might be too far. Because we looked at that before and didn't get anything. That's like the same response we had. Speak with receptionist. We did that. Use elevator. Yeah, we did second floor. We talked to Madison. We talked to Penelope again. We talked to Madison again. I think the last thing of interest that the walkthrough would acknowledge is that we asked Madison for the Peridot Stone and she told us she like wasn't going to be there. I don't know if that helps pinpoint that. Can Joey look at the chart? Yeah, but he probably didn't change either.
Docs who were on call. Don't recognize any of them.
Yeah, I checked that for both of them and got no useful information earlier. And I don't think anything about the plot has changed that would make me think that was different.
Mrs. Oh.
I don't think any of these actually help anything.
Are you sure Madison didn't give you a key?
I told you before. She did not give me a key. She hates me, so she would.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said before.
About the peridot.
Did you find it?
Not yet.
Oh, well. That witch probably threw it away.
No, I know where it is, but I need you to give me the key so I can get in there. Do you understand?
Prove my sincerity. How do I do that?
Promote your own spiritual growth. If you don't do that, your eyes will remain
I think that's a little head
Spiritual
demolition.
growth. I'm the only spirit around here, and it's never done me any good.
I don't know. Hold on.
Well, thanks for your time, Mrs. Haynes.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Because I took the brochure. How would I go to floor 12? I can take the elevator to the common room, which is floor 2, or stay where I am.
And what would I... Looks like a list of none of the names.
It's weird because whatever you're looking at feels like it is simultaneously like behind where I'm at and like way ahead of where I'm at. Oh wait. Not this. This.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Right, so she's mad at me looking at it, but she doesn't notice the ghost. Is this for real?
Looks like a cleaning rotation chart. The handwriting is awful, but it looks like Penelope Haynes is due to have her room cleaned today. Room
Are you
12A.
kidding me?
Nice.
Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to know that that's even like relevant? It's not, it's like set dressing, and like nothing around here is like, oh, that document she's looking at is important. I wish I could get a look at that. Like, what are you talking about? It literally looks like nothing. That's messed up. Also, high ribbons of intention. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. God, that sucks. That's real bad. So we send Joey in here again.
Yaks forever.
God, those feel really loud, but I can't tell if that's because
I can't see
adjusting the
anything on
audio
this
of the
side
game
door.
is so hard. I feel like I clicked that, whatever. I should do that the first time you played this naturally and found out later apparently people get stuck there. I don't know how you wouldn't. I mean, I've lucked my way into stuff before. Playing through Blackwell Legacy, I looked past the rounding the dog around the lamppost thing that I feel like if I hadn't done that accidentally would have taken me an eternity. Like an absolute eternity. But like, there's just nothing that makes that seem important to me at all.
He's talking way too long, and none of it sounds true at all.
Oh, that's the key, huh?
Attached to it. It says Madison and Scott. I guess it's a key to the apartment uptown. It's just on the edge of the chair.
It's a good thing that you put it in a place I could blow it.
Damn it. I don't know why I did that. The key isn't going anywhere now.
What happened? Are we stuck?
Hold on. We ain't licked yet. There's got to be some way to fix this.
I mean, blow it over to the door at least.
No good. The rug's too thick and the key's too heavy.
What are you talking about?
Not sure what... Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
Locked. I can't do anything.
Can I use my brochure yarn? Okay. It only has 2 modes, out and in. So, how do I...
No good. The key is blocking it. There's gotta be a better way to do this. She's got the yarn. She can pull it back herself. No good. The rug. No good.
And they really wanted to make this door blowing mechanic thing work. Said it would take an eternity to figure out the dog puzzle. Would it have taken a bestower of eternity? Yeah, probably. Why is Joey so weak? Because he skipped lungs day? I mean, he came from a time period where people smoked all the time. So his lungs probably died before he did.
Red shoved this under the door. There's a label attached to it. It says...
This feels needlessly pedantic. Like, this is an obscure enough thing to do, despite being just like a variation on the like screwdriver key through keyhole onto newspaper and retrieve from under door, which is like a classic adventure game puzzle. But like, it's just like, I literally only like put the yarn through the brochure because I looked at it and it was like, yeah, there's inexplicably a hole punch. I'm like, you know, it could go through a hole punch, stub yarn. And they're like, yeah, you did it. And I'm like, what did I do though? How did I find this game? I had heard of the series before, years ago when it first came out. I played Unavowed, and I'm a big fan of that game, and knew of these games, and I believe there's even some like references or Easter eggs or something about like the way ghosts are handled in Unavowed that I did not appreciate at the time. Like a year or so ago, one of the channel regulars, I think, who has played through these, gifted me the whole collection, and so as sort of a lead up to Halloween, I've been trying to play through them, and I don't know, I am mostly enjoying the experience. There's definitely some hit or miss elements to individual games. I would say the only one I like genuinely didn't like is Unbound. I thought that one was real rough around the edges. Oh, you still haven't played Unavowed? I do recommend it. Unavowed is really good. It's definitely, like, different from these, but, like, I feel like it takes some of the lessons that were learned by, like, making all of these games and, like, adds, like, several really creative ideas on top of it. Oh, okay, I have to rule this out. Yeah, okay. That shouldn't work, but I just wasn't sure if the game was, like, implying...
See, that's just... That doesn't... I don't think... I can't see anything from out here. I'm not talking to him through the door.
Why not?
Does it want to...
So I can blow this, but only so far, and I can't blow the key at all.
There's gotta be a better way to do this.
Is him saying that it's supposed to be an indicator that there's a different order of operations? It doesn't feel like there's a lot of things to, like, blow in this room. I know, you'll rarely hear me say that.
What blowing on that will achieve.
I mean, this kind of feels like it's being pedantic. I don't yet know what the solution is, but, like, it feels like... It feels like whatever the solution is going to be kind of silly.
I don't know why they bother with alarm clocks here. What do they need to get up for? Give me just a second. I'm going to add that to my list of things I cannot touch. It's clean as a whistle.
Let me see something. There's like this other door over here. No, it doesn't have a hitbox? Okay.
Get over here, I got something to say.
Yes?
You ain't ready to give up so soon, are you?
There's nothing I can do from out here, aside from read this note on the door.
I hate places like this. Reminds me of all that time hovering over your aunt and grandmother.
We'll get out of here soon.
Ain't looking for sympathy, darling, just saying. I don't like places like this.
Maybe if you leave and come back, the key position will magically reset so you can blow it onto the brochure. I mean, that shouldn't be true.
All right,
sure.
Did she say what the note on the door was?
Locked. There's a note on this door.
Dear Penelope Haynes, your room has been scheduled for cleaning this afternoon. Should you have any specific needs or requirements, please don't hesitate to contact the duty nurse on the front desk. What would I achieve by contacting the front desk lady? I feel like if I was just supposed to ask her to get the key for me, like, none of this would be possible, right? This doesn't seem like the kind of game that has branching solutions like that. That's extremely rare for these games. It's like almost unheard of. Check the room for monsters.
It's clean as a whistle and neat as a pin.
Only notices the cleanliness of the bed, not whether anything's living under it.
She's got the yarn. She's got... No good. No good. The rug's too thick and the key's too heavy.
I'm just so skeptical that's true. It's one of those things that makes, like, trying to solve this puzzle from a different angle annoying, because it's like, that just doesn't sound right. Okay, so she take the elevator to the lobby, take the elevator to the common room, go to the common room.
Mrs. Haynes.
Oh, it's you.
Are you sure Madison...
I told she...
I know where the key is. Let me into your room. Okay, fine. I thought I was supposed to talk to her to get her to ask about it or something. Go to the lobby. Talk to this lady.
Hi. Hello. I was just up in Penelope's room. Has anyone been up there to clean it?
Someone should have been up there already. I'll send someone up.
Thanks for the help.
Have a good day.
That is going to reset the key position, isn't it? Yeah, they put it up on the chair. That feels really stupid. This... You better hope that's not the solution to this puzzle. That's really dumb. I am fine with having to, like, reset a puzzle if there's, like, an intuitive reason that you're like, oh, shoot. Like, the puzzle is, like, unsolvable, so, like, obviously I have to reset it. But, like I said, the key's too heavy for my, like, minimal ghost power to, like, telekinesis it, like, 2 inches onto, like, an index card so I could pick it up. Like, that, to me, is a really lame answer. And if you're gonna give me, like, a lame excuse for why I can't do the puzzle, then you best be clear with me that this puzzle is in a fail state. Because that sure felt like I was meant to do something in the room. And that sure didn't feel like the correct thing to do was to, like, summon an off-screen ghost to clean the room so that the key would go back to the same precarious position where I could still blow it. And even though it doesn't look like I could even blow it to the left for any kind of value or progress, that it magically does exactly that on a second attempt. Yeah, I found the solution. I went downstairs and told the front desk lady that someone should clean the room, and it put the key back on the chair. And if the brochure is in the fully extended position, and then you blow on the key, then it magically lands on it, despite having changed virtually nothing. I understand the distinction, but let's be clear, virtually nothing.
Can't do anything from out here.
You are the one, he said that you get
I
it.
can't believe we just did this.
When you're saving souls, sometimes you gotta rob a few old ladies.
So now we just go. We just leave this wretched place. Click the wrong thing.
Doesn't look like anyone's home. Not sure what.
I don't have time to play with the thermostat.
Disagree.
I'm not here to read magazines.
Disagree.
I'm not here to steal their stuff.
Hard disagree.
This room anyway.
Give me your brochure. I'll also put it on Yarn.
I already took one. There's nothing useful in there. Locked. Got it.
I'm about to become so spiritually powerful.
I really hope that this is what Penelope is looking for.
God, could you imagine if she had like a different peridot necklace and this just wasn't it? It's starting to feel like that's the nature of this game.
This is hardly.
I feel like you've heard the designer of the game regret that puzzle. I can believe it. Like, I definitely get the intention, but like, I just don't feel like... I don't know. I feel like I've played plenty of adventure game puzzles where it's clear that, like, you do it once, it's like, oops, that's clearly not it. But, like, I don't know. I know that Neko says that she thought that was, like, a fail state comment when he's like, why would I do that? And it's like, I don't know, he complains about using his power for, like, everything. Like, that doesn't read to me like I should redo it. And even at that, it's not obvious to me that the way to reset it is to, like, send someone else into the room and not just ask for the key. Like, that feels like a needlessly roundabout thing at that point. Like, if you're going to send another person who has access into the room to get to like, move the key, couldn't you just say, like, by the way, Penelope said she wanted that key and, like, just give it a shot? Like, I don't know. We're just taking some, like, really obtuse angles to, like, solve, like, not that obtuse problems. Yeah, I'm with you, Neko. Like, honestly, like, I love adventure games, but I genuinely, like, sincerely tend to prefer adventure games where your character is basically just, like, a shameless criminal. It just tends to make for a more... Because, like, the conceit of the adventure game, in my mind, is generally that, like, in exchange for, like, raw force or skill or, you know, violence or whatever, you have to use creativity. But that means that you usually have to lie or bend the rules or cheat at things. So, like, I feel like there is a correlation between, like, the most successful execution of adventure game and, like, just being, like, a super shady person. It's not, like, necessary.
Maybe we should wait until he's older.
I know. It's just been so
Ruh-roh.
long since we've gone out.
We don't have to go to Le Cirque, you know.
I know. One day he'll learn how to behave. One day.
Look, I'll go make something for us to eat. You let him run around until he gets tired. Then we'll have the evening to ourselves.
This must be where the thermostat comes in.
Well, crud.
This is hardly the time for a nap.
We don't have to hide. I mean, I guess they consider this room closed forever.
I'm not that desperate.
Not yet, you're not. Honestly, this feels like it's a good place to save. Like, I feel like it will be like a good starting point to be like, uh-oh, we're trapped in this room and have to get out. And we could just start fresh, like, figuring out whatever that entails, whatever combination of weird blowing on things and making progress goes. Hi, Neko's mom. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Save. Save that for later. I know it's a little early, but I'm still... I mean, to be fair, I don't know that I would solve that puzzle any better if I weren't, like, at the peak of exhaustion, but it's not helping. And like I said, I mainly think that just feels like a good... That's we did make the baby run into a wall. That's true. The fact that the baby laugh makes it better, but at the same time, like, it's weird that that's in here. Yeah. All the Blackwell games have been kind of an interesting progression. There's definitely some improvements in this game, but, like, I don't know. It's still like leaning on. You missed it earlier, Neko. There was a point where like we could send Joey to interact with the 8-month-old child of the people whose apartment we just broke into, and then he just like gleefully follows us around. And if we have Joey face through a door, he bonks right into the door and then laughs, and then the mom's like, "Oh, you good thing your head's so thick." But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Narratively, I feel like we're still falling into some of the pit traps of the earlier games. And, like, these puzzles have been a little weird. Most of the boat stuff I thought was pretty good. But, like, this key thing and the cleaning schedule, like, I guess here's my hang-up, right? Is, like, if the presentation from the game was that, like, something that Penelope said indicated that, like, she left the key in her room and, like, refused to go get it or something. And then we found out that the only way to do it was, like, the cleaning crew. Then, like, having to check the cleaning crew schedule to be able to access her room kind of makes sense. But there's just such a weird cause and effect of, like, I have to look up the cleaning crew just to know where her room is, even though I don't know that there's anything of value in the room. Like, when I talk to her, she says the key doesn't exist. And then when I just randomly check that document, basically solely because Demolition looked it up, then it lets me go up there. But then, like, after I fail to, like, psychically intuit the specific order of operations to magically get the key from under the door, like a time-tested puzzle that we, like, abstracted to an additional degree for no particular reason, then I need to know that, like, I should use the information that someone should clean this room today to reset the puzzle, but not actually help me directly. Yeah, you also had trouble with that? Like, that was just, like, a whole rough patch there, unfortunately. Because I honestly felt like even though progress was a little stop and go, like, it was still, like, going, like, reasonably well. Even though, like, again, I feel like we were doing the, like, just bounce back and forth between, like, a couple of people instead of, like, really, like, learning anything interesting or, like, finding a new location for a little bit there. But, like, just once we hit that wall of, like, you can't progress without reading that yellow piece of paper, and then the puzzle right after it is kind of goofy. It's like, oh, like, that wasn't great. I didn't love most of that. Yeah, I mean, I've encountered plenty of those puzzles where it's like, if I haven't played it recently, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but, like, I know the one. Room puzzle would be so much more annoying for people not already familiar with adventure game puzzle of paper under door to catch. That's actually a great point too, Neko, because, like, the only reason that I was, like, messing around with that at all is, like, I mean, like, so I can imagine someone who's, like, not extremely well versed in adventure games, like, reaching a point where they're, like, clicking to look at the inventory objects they have and noticing that there's a hole punch in one of them and that they can pick up that yarn from the common room and maybe thinking that they could combine them. But even if they reach that point, I don't think it's necessarily common knowledge to someone who doesn't play a stupid number of adventure games that, like, a thing that you might need to do with retractable paper is send it under a door to catch something. Been replaying an obscure late 80s text adventure, and the moon logic in some puzzles is another solar system. Oh yeah, text adventures can be even more obtuse because, like, you know, the problem you have in these types of games is when the developer, like, assumes you understand something that they have not made sufficiently clear. And at least in an adventure game, sometimes you can, like, look around and, like, after a while of struggling, notice, like, maybe someone other than me eventually is like, oh, maybe that little yellow, like, blotter in front of her is actually an essential piece of paper for some reason. But, like, yeah, if you don't even have, like, visuals to go on and they're just like, exit is west, and you're like, okay, but I need a key that you didn't mention is here. Do I pick it up here? How does it work? I mean, classic example, for those of you who watched the channel for a really long time, I streamed my first playthrough of Siberia 3 on the channel, and there's this absolutely mind-boggling puzzle to me where someone is, like, strapped into, like, a chair. It has, like, an electronic, like, fastener keeping their, like, arms and legs in place, and you're trying to break this person out so you can like help them like flee the people who like kidnapped them. And it clearly displays, and you can zoom in on a little keypad on one side, and you're in this like office filled with like sticky notes and books and things. And I spent like ages like looking around, like there's got to be some clue to decipher whatever the combination is to this lock. And it turns out what they want you to do is just pick up a statue and like bash on the numpad, and then like it just frees them. And I'm like, how do I know that that does the thing that I want? like that could easily just trap them there indefinitely. You've done nothing to signal that that's like a good thing to try doing. I've had to touch an alien cactus twice to form a telepathic bond, then ask it to freeze a gravel path. None of this is learnable from other things in the game. That reminds me of one of my favorite examples of how traditionally most adventure games like fall apart by the end. If you've ever played the full motion video game Phantasmagoria 2, A Puzzle of Flesh, there's like a point where like after learning the shady backstory of this company, you learn that they have like a Stranger Things style like otherworldly portal in their basement, and at the end of the game you like go through the portal to try and I don't even know if you have like a stated goal. You kind of just go in there because the game needs to end. And then like when you get there are like a series of like traditionally like obtuse adventure game puzzles of like combining stuff that doesn't make any sense, but like there's an extra layer on top of that of like all the items that you find in the other world are like green slime, strange starfish, alien anthropod, or whatever. And it's just like visual noise. It's just like low poly CG alien garbage. And like you have to like combine them in like really specific ways. You have to like combine two and then like put them on like a doorway, and then it like opens a portal, and it's like, what is any of this? Like, what are you talking about? Must be a secretly correct combination for weirdos who go through every single possible combination. Well, in Siberia 3, I don't think so. Do you remember Siberia 3? I think you give that game too much credit. That was not a very good game. They gave us a knife so early, and there were so many things that you could solve with knife, and you couldn't do any of them. I don't even remember what you end up using the knife for. Is it to, like, break the trophy case in the stadium? I want to say that's true, and that doesn't even make sense. That's not even, like, a logical application of that. But, I mean, that thing you describe is a thing that I still to this day want to see from adventure games. Like I said before, like, it's not very common for there to be like open-ended solutions in adventure games where like multiple things work. It has technically happened a few times to my knowledge, but like very rare. Like the original Maniac Mansion has some of that. I think Malcolm's Revenge, I think specifically the third Kyrandia game does a little bit of that. But like, yeah, like I really badly want to make or play or both an adventure game where like there are multiple paths. I mean, technically they kind of argue that like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis does that, and it like kind of does, but not really. It kind of just has different storylines to choose, so it kind of has replay value, but like for the most part, like they're just like entirely separate things, and you can't interchange them on a single playthrough. But like I actually have like started formulating kind of an idea for like how I would go about doing this, but it would be insanely lofty, and like I don't even have funds or infrastructure to like start working on a video game. But like I have an idea that I think is like an interesting basis for that type of game, and like would justify alternate ways of doing stuff. But like in an abstract way, I kind of want there to be a game where like you can choose to do like moon logic, you can choose to do like fairly straightforward things, or just try to like manipulate people to help you. But like I also want you to be able to just like do crimes, and like there would be consequences of like if you find yourself in a certain situation later, you just get thrown in jail, and then you have to like break out of jail as like a puzzle you have to do that you wouldn't do otherwise, or something like that. But like as like a really extreme example, we always joke about like knife solves problem by just killing person who's a problem for you. But like I think it'd be kind of funny if like you could do something like that in a game where it's just like, haha, I clicked knife on guy and then just kill him. You're like, oh no, like I didn't mean to do that. And then like it's not like a fail state, like you could keep playing, but it's like now I'm like a murderer. It's similar ideas in a game for a game in your head for years. One end section where you can solve absolutely everything with any of the items in your inventory, and a locked door where the solution is called a locksmith. Those both sound great. I kind of like that idea of, I mean, that first thing you describe of like an endgame puzzle that can be solved with anything sounds like it belongs in like a Sierra game, because like those were more likely to have like fail states where like you could like leave an area without picking up an essential item, which like most adventure games won't let you do. But like that would be kind of interesting of just like, yeah, like a workaround of like there's other ways to do it. Maybe it's like more obtuse, but like if you miss that item, then like somehow you can still go. It would be really interesting to me if there was a way to like execute that on like a really extreme scale where like it almost didn't matter what items you picked up, but like the game got like progressively more insane if you didn't pick stuff up. And yeah, Kyradia 3 Malcolm's Revenge is the one that made my sister quit on stream. I was a little surprised she didn't give one more week of effort to that, but at the same time, I think I like actually missed the stream that caused her to quit the game, so I don't actually know how bad it got. But yeah, my sister does also stream. She's not streaming this weekend. I don't think she still has a set date for when she's returning. She just did her own cross-country move like I did not that long ago. It's a mess. It was the rat puzzle. All the guides you saw said to do X, meaning that like it's not considered a hard puzzle, or that X was a hidden thing on the other end of the map. Okay, no, that's not great. You don't love that. Yeah, moves are super stressful. Like, I'm still dealing with the fallout from my move, which happened at, like, the very end of July. I mean, like, you know, I wasn't moved into this house until, like, a little into August. But, like, we flew from California to Florida on, like, July 30th or something. You just got up, you're up for another 3 hours of stream. I mean, if I hadn't found what I think is just such a perfect endpoint, and also if I weren't completely exhausted, I might push, but like, it just feels like a really good thing to start the next stream and be like, and we're locked in this room and we have to escape. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for the stream at large. Of course, if you've been here before, you may know that we can't end the stream without completing one final order of business. And before we get into this, let me just quit. Oh, actually, hold on. Did I save game? Oh, I did. I saved it as Hi Neko's mom. I'll definitely remember that. So let's quit game. So before we can finish the stream, note that somewhere in the room behind me, I have hidden some number of secret Squirtles. If you're unaware, locating a secret Squirtle is an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. And since I won't be streaming again until next Friday, it may be helpful to carry that with you into this week that is soon to begin. So I encourage you to look around and see if you can find where I may have hidden a Squirtle. In the meantime, I will enjoy some of this 100% juice apple. Oh, and since there are some people who aren't necessarily always here, here's the link to our Discord if you want to hang out. I'm not as active as I want to be, but I'm still dealing with pretty constant stress of trying to resolve move stuff. I promise I'm getting close to done with it, but the move has been a lot. I've not been as productive outside of like responsible adult things as I want to be, because I only have so many spoons. But I mentioned this partially because we have a special event coming up on Saturday, October the 12th. We're doing a special Halloween-related stream that I'm hoping to have as many people join for as possible, because the more, the merrier. I'm doing something weird and ambitious that I think will be a better experience the more people that we have to experience it. So I do encourage you to join us on Saturday, October 12th, if you can. And I will try to keep making reminders here on the streams and in the Discord to get as many people to join as possible. You see perfect Benjamin. He is very handsome, is he not? We do still have... So, I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of thinking we will maybe try to just finish the Blackwell series. I would guess we have roughly 3 more streams, the way things are going, to complete the whole series. And that takes us... I think that actually takes us right up to the 12th, which is kind of funny. At least in theory. And then that happens... I do still need to do Franbeau this year, and I wanted to leave some flexibility in case people wanted to continue doing the thing that we start on the 12th if it is really popular. But if not, I'll have to weigh some specific options. I imagine I'll do at least one of the Quarry or the Devil Inside of Me, which are a type of game that I enjoy playing, and I haven't played either of those since they came out. I think one of them was at least 2 years old, but I think the Devil Within Me came out last year. The Core was... No, maybe it was just earlier last year. Or maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't remember now. So let's see. Escape Room. You love those. I do. I generally do. I've played some really bad ones, too. Oh, that's true. Slay the Princess... Thank you for that. Slay the Princess is a good suggestion. I don't know how long it would take to do a significant showing of that, because I know it kind of has, like, multiple things going on. But that is something to consider too. I mean, honestly, at the rate we're going, that might fill most or all of Halloween season. But I kind of like having a series that we play through. Like we've done the Dark Side Detective the last couple years, and I've mostly enjoyed those. And this has been a fun thing to do. And then we fill in the space. Works through an escape from the day you get back from your vacation in October. Well, that's interesting. If you're participating in that, I hope you have fun. Okay, so I see a couple guesses. I see Spider Basket and I see Candy Corn. Anyone else have a last second guess before I call it a day and reveal what we have found? Just evacuated from her home for fires. Oh dear. There's a lot of disaster happening in 2024. There's plenty to go around. Sure. Let me know if you all think anything else. So we got Benjamin over here. Obviously, he's very good and handsome. He's got his little pouch here. I don't remember what he keeps in there. Man, his shoulder strap doesn't like to stay on. Kind of looks like a jaunty fanny pack. I say that technically he's still sort of above the same spot where Big Brown Bear was. And he was hiding a Squirtle. Behind Candy Corn, front and center, is a winky little waffle friend. Food begets food and all that. And then place inside our spooky spider basket isn't just a tiny Halloween Snoopy who I love, but also another Squirtle. And just as a bit of a fun aside, because I kind of want to show it off, that spider is a great excuse to showcase what was hiding behind coughing, which is a sparkly little spider that my mom brought over the other day. And Demolition will love this. Her name is Cheryl. For those who don't know, my sister, who does stream as Funny Godmother here on Twitch, is named Cheryl, so that's fun. She's very cute. I like her a lot. I'm a big fan, if you don't know this, of the Squishmallows that have legs. They're very good. I think the command that Moobot goes with is typing one-handed is not a good idea. There you go. It's a weird alert that it popped up. I thought it just linked to the channel, but now it's just telling everyone to follow, which is fine. Go follow my sister. It just like puts a timer on it. I genuinely don't know. Yeah, it's not like a raid. Oh, does my sister know about this? No, I mean, I just got this the other day, and my sister's like insanely busy. And you know, she mostly cares about her Pikachu. She's not as big on just general cute things as I am. So like, I don't know how much she would care, but I mean, if she was around, I'd make mention of it because I feel like she would appreciate it. But it's very cute, right? I like her a lot. She's very good. She's sparkly. She's got like a festive bow and Halloween colored legs. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to follow my sister, Funny Godmother, and also join us on October the 12th for a really fun live event that hopefully won't break or cause tremendous amounts of stress. Like it says, surprisingly, there's no Squishmallow named Kyle. I actually thought that I should look that up earlier today and then forgot because my brain isn't working. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Please join for more fun in the future. But thanks for being here, and thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Whether that is next weekend for our special October 12th event, the weekend after October 12th, or sometime in the distant future. You all take care of yourselves and remember that you are clawsome.